man, back in the day, college happened. I was in my toxic shit. I didn't even know I was being toxic at the time.
So it was your fault.
It was my fault for sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm growing up to be accountable in my own bullshit.
Okay. I dig it.
I was in a relationship, but like
I'm here for the accountability.
Oh, for sure. But that shit was deep as fuck though. Like I thought like I'm like 21 and she's already talking about having kids and together and shit. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay.
I
would have skedaddled.
I feel that.
Okay, so bad.
I've almost been trapped 3 times. So
this would have been a good trap though if this happened, because once again, this go back to the bad bitch theory.
I still remember it.
When I say almost trapped, I mean like
I'm so caught up.
Second trimester caught up. Yeah.
You gotta pull out, King.
Oh, nigga.
That's word number one.
One thing I have learned about myself is my pullout game is not as great as it used to be.
What changed? You got old?
Okay.
How does that stat regress over time?
All right. I'll run it. Okay.
Dear God. Okay.
You know, because I you don't have a penis, so like I can't give a reference on how it feels for y'all. But you know, when the first time you shoot a club up. It's like,
debatable.
This is what that feels like. Yeah. You know what I mean? And especially in a relationship, I'm not wearing a rubber because, bitch, you would have me fucked up.
It's not the same.
You would have me fucked up. If you bring something back, I know where it came from because I'm not cheating on nobody. So so I'm like, But that double climax, when you come in her and she come with you, oh nigga, that fucked my life up for a good minute, and it was just
So how did that stat regress over time though?
I just gave you the reason, nigga.
That was the first time though, but
no.
So after the whole,
it happens. Yeah, irresponsibility. Yes, I will admit to that.
Okay,
for sure.
Okay.
But
You're different than me.
Hindsight is always 20/20. But I did dodge a couple bullets. 3 bullets specifically.
Okay.
That's a lot of bullets.
It is a lot of bullets.
3 too many bullets.
But do you know how many more bullets I've dodged? You know how many people I was supposed to get with you type shit, like, you know what I'm saying, we could have went out and did the do or whatever the fuck. And then, like, either I flaked or she flaked, and then boom, a couple months later, they popped up pregnant, nigga.
Or if it's STD.
That list,
be crazy.
No, that list is deadass 18 people long.
Of women that popped up pregnant after you?
Yes.
Which means you're almost around the corner if you keep it up at this rate. You still don't want to pull out.
Nigga, I stood on the corner and got out that motherfucker.
But you still don't want to pull out, though. That's crazy.
Nah, that's why I wear condoms.
Jamaicans.
That's why I wear condoms. I'm not
even that's not safe.
I'm not even risking myself.
You just talking about getting a fucking
vasectomy? Yeah.
This early?
Absolutely. And that's what I said.
No kids?
Okay, so what's but a vasectomy.
Then he talk about, oh, I'll just reverse it. Okay, Michael Scott, snip, snap, snap.
It's reversible.
You're gonna fuck up your shit even more though. The chances are it's not meant to be unreversible multiple times.
Who said I was gonna do it multiple times?
I mean, so why would you snip to unsnip and then snip again?
Yeah, because you.
I mean, if I unsnip,
you're not gonna say it like you're never gonna snip it again, because you'll probably still snip it again.
Especially this early in the game.
If it's this early, if it's this early, if you snip it once, you'll snip it twice.
Yes, you're going
right,
to, bro.
But you also realize like the regenerative, like it regenerates better when you're younger.
What regenerates?
Your tubes, my boy.
But why would you put your tubes at that risk?
But does it matter?
What you mean it doesn't matter?
Because if you're gonna snip and you're gonna snap, then you're probably still gonna snip. It's just you might as well just
snip and get it over with. Yeah, you're right.
So you want to be a monk?
No. I can just shoot clubs up without having to worry about the baby problems. I'm a fertile nigga. I know this.
Okay.
My swimmers are strong. I have balls full of Michael Phelps. You feel me?
So proud of you.
They travel. You dig? So it's like,
so proud.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So despite everything you just said, you still don't want to pull out. Okay.
No.
This is how we're starting the pod, folks.
I don't know who said I didn't want to pull out.
Welcome to another episode of
You just said your pullout game was weak.
I said my pullout game is weak now, but I didn't say I don't pull out now. Like I learned my lesson after the third one.
You tried to. It's pretty much what you said.
I've been wearing rubbers ever since.
Anyway, Welcome to another episode of OK So Boom.
I don't care.
I'm your handsome ghost host, Chiagoziem, aka Surge, aka the Igbo Aladdin, aka always got it down in Madden, aka I always make it happen. Stop the capping. And I'm with my co-host.
And I'm
rapper.
you know, as always,
You a rapper?
I'm your co-host, Storm McClinton.
I saw him sound
You a rapper?
Probably come my last name out. I'm your host, Storm.
Don't quit your day job.
What happened?
He said he a rapper. I said don't quit your day job.
Ask about me.
Damn.
Ask about me.
That's one of them rappers
You
where you
gonna
be
do
like,
my
you
nigga
still
like
making
that?
music?
That's hilarious. Wow. Off the first vibe check.
Boy, you hear it, so you be like, man, we ain't never gonna make it out the hood.
Hilarious.
We ain't never gonna make it out.
The loop. I'm gonna go to the loop.
Violated.
We ain't never gonna make it out the hood.
You
Violated.
don't even know me. It's okay.
Anyway,
Never gonna make it
know
out.
I'm your host, Storm, aka your baby mama's baby daddy, the coolest chocolate nigga alive, aka Jamaican Boy Wonder, aka Megan Thee Stallion's Captain Hook inspiration, aka Prince's vocal coach, aka Michael Jackson's dance coach, aka the coolest nigga you'll ever meet. And for this week, we have a very, very special guest. Very special guest. Give it up for my nigga Chas. Chastity!
Gang, gang.
Hey, it's me.
You got any AKAs?
It's your girl, Chastity, aka CLTheBombshell, BKA Chaz. So, you know, whatever you want to call me. But
Okay.
it's your girl, the one and only.
Good shit. Good shit.
It's me. What else I'm going to say? It's me.
Short and sweet.
It's me. Let's just keep it real simple, you know. Yeah, hit you with the BKA. You ain't heard BKA since middle school.
I've never heard BKA in my
What's
life.
that?
BKA, but known as.
What?
Yeah, never.
But known as.
Never in my
AKA
life.
also known as BKA,
Never.
but known
Are you
as.
the LMBO type?
Never in my life.
LMBO?
Laughing my butt off? So LMAO?
Fuck no.
I mean, that would sound like if you're saying.
Wait.
BKA.
So
Fuck
in
no.
middle
Who the fuck
school,
is
y'all
say-
say
Yeah, we
y'all
used to
said
say
BKA?
AKA,
Never heard
and
that
then we'll
before.
say BKA.
No, I've never heard that.
Nope.
That's the first time.
Y'all corny. Y'all never say that?
We
You're-
corny?
you're
Especially
corny.
on Bebo.
We corny?
Yeah, BKA was popping back when I was in middle school.
See that awkward silence?
Yeah.
That's just for you.
It's,
That was just for you.
it's not giving what needs to be gave.
Listen, I don't know where y'all pulled that shit out your ass from, but that's not something that most people say. That's not even. You can't say it was popping. It was middle school.
Must be some southern shit.
But that's what I'm saying.
Niggas wore
That's popping
Michael
right
Jackson gloves in middle school.
No, we didn't.
Everything was okay.
Who was wearing Michael Jackson?
I went to school.
Are
with
you
a lot
niggas?
Of weird niggas. I went to school with a lot of weird niggas.
Did you wear Michael Jackson?
Nah, but I
gloves?
did have a Bear Grylls phase. Yeah.
Had a what? Girl?
Y'all remember the show Man vs. Wild?
About to say.
Yeah.
Memory unlocked.
Yeah, I had a whole Bear Grylls phase, nigga, back, because it was back in middle school. I still had the top bunk bed. So the bottom bunk went to Dream's room, and I had just the top bunk with, like, my desk and my gaming shit under it.
Okay.
Right? Nigga, I threw my whole mattress in the closet and set up, like, a hammock and, like, a tent for, like, 3 weeks.
In your bedroom.
Yes, in my bedroom, nigga. I was living like a wild man in the bed.
How much space did you have in there?
It's the same room. The room that's the same room I'm in now. It's a big ass room. I be in there bullshit. You feel me?
Tell me you hung out with Caucasians without telling me you hung out with Caucasians.
Yeah.
Nigga, have you never watched Bear Grylls?
I have never put a hammock in my bedroom before.
I
Did
don't
you ever
know
have a
what
hammock?
show that is?
What?
You
Wait,
said
what
it,
do
I
you say?
was like-
You've never seen it?
No.
Oh, okay. It was like a
No
Discovery
idea.
Channel shit. Like
You had to
No, I
be-
did
I
love
used to watch
Discovery
Discovery Channel a
Channel.
lot.
I used to watch
Yeah.
Discovery Channel and History
You couldn't
Channel
miss
had
it.
me in a
Yeah, like
chokehold.
when you had like
Very much in the
Mythbusters,
chokehold.
RP to my nigga.
Who died?
Asian
boy?
dude. Asian
Damn,
dude
I
died
remember
a
that
couple
shit.
years
Damn,
ago.
yeah, that's what he said.
What was his name?
I used
Grant.
to love Mythbusters.
Yeah, Mythbusters was crazy.
That was some crazy ass
And then
shit.
you had Deadly Catch on there at that time. You had Man vs.
Oh,
Wild.
I remember
That was
that
like the
shit.
golden age for fucking Discovery Channel,
Yeah,
in
it was
my
a good
opinion.
time.
Because it's like, it's alright now.
Very
Alright.
much. Very
But
much. It's given.
The shit was cold back then. But like, nigga, you just dropping into the wilderness, nigga, and then you making it out, nigga. That shit was cold.
I knew that shit was bullshit because you have a camera crew. So I'm like, yo, if the camera crew's not going through some bullshit, you're definitely getting some Snickers bars behind the scenes. Yo, bro,
them niggas have water. Them niggas have water for themselves.
Give me that 4 for 4 real quick. I am starving. Fuck these cockroaches.
But, I mean, that's nah, man. Like, that's just how it was, bro. Like, I was easily influenced as a child, nigga. Okay. I was very easily influenced, nigga. So my ADHD was on 100 back then.
Sure.
I'd run through phases like every 3 weeks. Like,
you gotta run through phase. You ADD or ADHD?
I'm pretty sure I have ADHD.
Same here. I think so too.
I got diagnosed.
I'm like 100%.
I got diagnosed at 24, nigga.
So when did you know that you had it?
I thought I had it growing up, but I got diagnosed at 24.
In college, when I took a Vyvanse for the first time. Apparently in college it's supposed to be Adderall only, but when I heard of Vyvanse, I was like, let me try that shit because I was like, med school type shit. Boy, that Vyvanse had me thinking like as if I'm Albert Einstein.
Vyvanse is wild.
I was able to figure out the
Vyvanse is wild,
bro. And that's when I knew I had it.
Getting closer and closer.
3, 2. Thank you, Simba. Oh. You're too big to be climbing up in places, though.
I'm sorry, Pookie.
But yeah, anyway,
he was sticking over here too. You had me with that one.
I know, right? We've been AWOL for 2 weeks. Sorry, guys. We've been, having a real life. Thanksgiving season happened. We saw family. We have food. I think you're up in New York.
Yeah, I was in New York for 2 weeks.
What was that?
Good low vibrational plate.
How low was your plate?
Low vibrational plate.
What was the best plate that you had for that Thanksgiving day?
That's where that came from.
Well, I didn't have a plate till the next day.
Damn. So you didn't go to like any Thanksgiving things?
No, I wasn't feeling good. I don't want anybody to get sick. So.
Trying to be responsible. I feel that. I respect it. Yeah, I respect it. I had to take a COVID test to eat with my family. Because grandma's sick, so it was like ain't nobody risking that. You feel me? So it was like, all right, let me make sure niggas are straight before we go up there, type shit. So
that's kind of you.
In my eyes, it was a necessity. You feel me? Like, you already going through enough. But
how low vibrational was your plate?
Oh, my plates were high vibration as a bitch because high,
the opposite of low,
esteemed, if you will.
So what the hell did you have?
But we're Jamaican, so we don't cook like typical American. Like, we don't cook soul food.
You had jerk turkey?
No, we did have turkey that finished after everybody ate dinner because the nigga decided to start cooking the turkey at like 5 o'clock like an idiot.
Okay.
But
sound like black people.
You feel me? Like, nigga, everybody else is almost done cooking and you're just putting this turkey in the oven. You think we about to wait on you? Absolutely fucking not. But no, so we had fried red snapper, we had oxtails, we had rice and peas, mac and cheese. We had a whole bunch of shit. Like, it was like fried chicken, all that shit.
So
like,
what item made a high vibrational plate?
Everything I just fucking mentioned. Everything. Mm-hmm. It was all just straight Jamaican dishes. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah. Oxtail?
I just said oxtail. Yeah, it was
bad.
Shit was stew peas, all that shit. It was fucking fantastic. But what was on y'all vibrational plates?
You want to go first?
My vibrational plate that I had the next day, I had yams, mac and cheese, I had collard greens, I had smothered turkey, some rice, some cornbread. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Oh, so but you only got one plate after. You didn't get like a tub of leftovers or some shit like that. Oh, okay.
And that was the day after, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was it still bussing though?
Bussing.
Okay. What'd you get?
It was a mixture of country and Nigerian food, bro. It was actually a high vibrational plate day. Like in the afternoon, I had corn pudding casserole. That's the first time I've been having it. So that was nice. I had fresh cranberry sauce, not shit from the can.
Let me ask real quick.
Corn pudding casserole?
Yeah. What is corn pudding?
It basically, you would have a corn, like sweet corn, and then in a pan, and then whatever the breading you put for a casserole, they put that shit in there. It was a good combination. I didn't doubt it. But that was part one. See, it's not low, it's high vibrational. Don't be looking like that. It's country. I'm not from the country. I'm from Africa, the jungle. My second round was jollof rice. You don't know jollof rice? It's okay. All right, I can laugh all you want. I know jollof rice.
No, we're not laughing at the jollof rice. We're not laughing at the jollof. Yeah, we're not laughing at jollof. I promise to God.
I know.
I promise to God.
Yeah.
So that was that.
I'm stuck on the corn pudding, dog.
Yeah.
I ain't okay, but continue.
He
Jollof
lost me
rice.
at that one.
Yeah, you're like that. That
It's like
shit.
everything after that is
Everything after that
discredited.
was great.
I can't
Story of
but
my
even-
life. Story
It
of my
was like
life.
the
I
corn
don't even know
pudding
if I wanna hear.
casserole.
I have no. Maybe
That
I'm not
threw
saying
me
it
off.
right.
That threw me off.
I'm
I
not
ain't
from the
gonna lie.
South, but that was offered and I took it. It was actually good.
So it wasn't cornbread. It was
It
just
wasn't cornbread. Cornbread was a separate dish. It was actual from scratch.
It had corn in it.
Yes.
And
What
but
did
it
it
was like
taste like?
mashed up.
Like one bite was corn, and then in the same bite you taste that breading consistency. It was
And
weird.
it's not cornbread that was actually made with corn. Because some people make cornbread and they actually put like cream corn in it. So it's like,
Okay, cream corn now sounds like a buzzword. So I definitely was cream corn, and then not the breading itself. It was more like a soft consistency. So it wasn't soft as bread. It was still
maybe it was under
casserole.
cornbread.
It was casserole like consistency.
No, it was cornbread.
No, it's
No,
not
I mean,
cornbread.
no.
No, I would have said it was cornbread. It was like made from scratch. Here is sweet kernel corn.
So you just out here eating shit.
You was
I'm
just like,
grateful. I'm grateful for
Yeah,
it,
you
bro.
don't even know what
I'm
the hell
grateful,
you
but
eat. You
there's
just
some
like,
shit
you
I
know
look at
what?
like, hey, auntie, you got to take this back.
I probably
Like-
you have to fold the plate up and
Yeah, just dump
put
that
it
bitch
upside
in.
down
It
in
was
the trash
very
can.
rude.
'Cause
I ain't
what
trying to
the
get
fuck?
jumped at Thanksgiving.
Hey, I ain't gonna. Oh, was it?
I
Was
would-
it?
what the
Was
hell
it?
is this?
Jay's
Family side,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Oh,
You know, Nigerian
They are
Thanksgiving is always spicy turkey.
Okay.
We got
it's
jollof
spicy.
rice,
I don't like spicy.
stir fry. My mom loves stir fry a lot. And then we're not really a desserts family, so it's like pound cake, some basic shit.
You
Oh,
know, you
okay.
had sweet potato pie,
I had sweet potato casserole, not casserole.
souffle.
Souffle, yes, that's that word.
Sweet potato
Souffle, boy,
Potato souffle be
buzz.
hard.
Souffle is great when
Buzz.
it's hot. As soon as it starts to cool off, I don't want it.
So
But
what's
that's just me though.
so what's the average day of like Thanksgiving food being busted until it expires?
3. At the max 3 days. After 3 days, you're pushing it. Cause it's hard to reheat up Thanksgiving food after fucking 3 days.
3 days. So by Sunday you're throwing out everything.
If anything is left, absolutely. I'm not eating
What
that
about
shit.
you?
Unless it's
I don't
it's
know, man.
ribs. Unless
Last
it's ribs.
Thanksgiving, I took home a whole fat ass Ziploc of mac and cheese. So I really don't
See,
know.
but that's different though.
And it,
You can
Is
heat
it?
up mac and cheese. If it's
oh,
like
that wasn't all I took.
if it's like
I actually had a
meat or
couple of
something.
Ziploc bags of food. Put it in the freezer. If you freeze it,
Oh, see, okay, that's a whole different world though.
lasts
You
way longer.
you froze it, so it's like this is supposed to last.
Yeah.
That's different from just like people
See,
just take the
mine-
leftovers and throw them in the fridge type shit, and then expect them to be good for a while.
No,
Like
freeze-
I got stew peas
freeze
that I
that
made like before I left to New York. They sitting in the deep freezer right now that I'm gonna thaw out one of these days after I finish whatever groceries I got. But you can't do that in the fridge though. Like 3 days in the fridge is toast.
Especially
in
when
the
that fridge
freezer, it'll
starts.
last.
Especially when that fridge starts condensating, then you see the water droplets at the
Yeah,
top of the lid.
then it's like,
a
all
wrap.
right, this
It's time to go home.
It's time to
I don't
go.
want that no
It's time
more.
to go.
It's time to go
Yeah.
home.
That's
All
why
right.
I say 3 days. Personally, I say 3 days.
All right, bet. So we survived for Thanksgiving. We're entering Christmas season. Are we still in a jolly mood, or are we like saying fuck Christmas?
I have a better question.
Go ahead.
Do y'all even feel any Christmas spirit?
Not really.
I feel like I'm not gonna feel too much in the Christmas spirit until I have kids of my own. You know.
Yeah. I feel
So
that.
it's like it's different because of course you still be around family this that and the third, but until you have kids that you really have to do the whole nine,
Yeah,
like
the whole
Santa
Santa
Claus,
thing.
you might want to do Elf on the Shelf and all of that shit.
Snoop on
it's
the
not
Stoop.
gonna be Snoop on the Stoop. I saw that. It's not gonna be the same until I have
Okay.
kids of my own. But
I
of
feel
course,
that.
I still of course feel the holiday season, and I got nieces and nephews, so
Okay.
it's still like
Okay.
ooh, but it just ain't the same feeling as it was when you were growing. Because you be
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. Writing down your Christmas list, hoping you want.
Yeah, circling
Am I
everything in the
naughty?
Toys
Am I
R Us
nice?
book. You feel me? Yeah, like, but I also like generally I feel like Christmas used to be a bigger holiday.
It was.
But I also feel like holidays in general aren't as celebrated. You feel me?
Yeah, because we're the adults.
No, like
That's
even
the
for
problem.
the kids though. Like some kids might really fuck with Santa, like the young ones, but once they hit like maybe 10 to 12, they're just like, all right, give me a PlayStation, I'll be straight.
It's kind of hard to believe in
You know what
Santa
I mean?
nowadays, when you can Google it, is Santa real, and then Google can tell you.
And these
fuck
niggas
no.
grow up on their iPads.
Yeah,
Like
like,
they
we
get
have-
you
curious.
we
got
have
you have a
choice.
phone by the time you're 6. I
Yeah.
didn't get a phone till I was like 12.
We used to make reindeer food growing up in grade school, like kindergarten, first grade, for Santa.
What?
Yeah, bro. Like it's
That's
like cookie
cute.
bits or whatever. And then
Oh, that's cute.
you would put it out, and then all of a sudden the next day, oh wow, Santa did come.
Yeah.
My dumb ass.
It is.
Going
Yes.
forward though, I will say for my kids, I know, right?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
My dad said that should go into the
Said,
trash.
oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Wow.
All right, when did y'all, before we get into any of the topics for today, when did y'all find out, like, how did y'all find out that Santa wasn't real?
Polar Express.
Really?
That movie is so cat, bro.
Polar Express
ain't no
is what
way.
ruined Santa for you?
Hell yeah. Think about it. I'm going to be out in the crib, wait for a train to come by, pick me up when my parents are asleep, see Santa come back. I saw that movie. I said, something's off about this. And I was like 8 or 9. I was like, fuck this shit.
Okay.
It's just my imagination.
Once again.
Okay.
Bro, think about it.
For me, I'll tell you what mine was. For me, it was dead ass. I was looking at the presents, right? And my grandma had put her present over here, and Santa's present was on the other side of the tree. But I looked at the handwriting, and I was like, these are fucking identical. I was like, these niggas been playing me this whole time. I was 7 at the time. I ran that shit up until I was 12.
Faking it?
Yes.
Good shit.
That was like, what? I ain't about to give up a free present, nigga. That's 2. As soon as I told them, nah, Santa ain't real, they stopped giving me the extra presents. I was like, nah, fuck that.
That was the same with me for the Tooth Fairy. One time I caught my dad, tried to put a $5. I was like, got you, nigga. But keep going, though. Keep going. I was like, you telling me someone's going to come to this house and take all my tooths? I don't know about that.
Nah, that's crazy.
But keep it going, Pops.
Yeah, like, I ain't about to tell you not to, cuz, like, what? Nigga, I'm here for the free shit. Like,
What about you, Queen?
Honestly, I can't even remember. I'm trying to think. I always kind of just felt like the story of Santa was just iffy anyway. But I don't know.
The real story of Santa some bullshit, though. We had to look at the history
It's
of how
always
they
some
made
bullshit.
it.
nigga, Santa was made by Coca. The image of Santa was made by Coca-Cola in the 20s.
Even before that, it was started before that. The
Like,
tradition of Saint Nicholas.
Saint Nick was a completely different thing, but the red suit with the white beard that we see, that was Coca-Cola.
God damn it.
Coca-Cola
How long
made
has
Santa.
Nick been around? It was maybe what,
Saint Nick been around for a long time.
17, 18.
Yeah, he been around for a long time. I don't know like the exact date, but he been around for a long time.
Let's find out.
But oh yeah, Google that shit.
Google.
But
If I'm
like,
not
yeah,
mistaken,
nah.
I think it was probably
Our
like the
image?
1800s.
Yeah, our image of Santa is 100% Coca-Cola marketing.
Mine was just saying, I thought he was a nigga.
But also, you gonna tell me a white man is gonna break into my house and leave me free shit as a nigga?
Are we in
Niggas
the
going to
hood?
jail.
Come on,
we in the
bro.
Go to jail.
Man,
Who
what-
else am I supposed to allow to come down my chimney? And you know what it was? I
What's
didn't
up?
have a fucking chimney. I'm like, this.
She got you.
I didn't have no chimney at all, nigga. Like, what?
Like, so this nigga climbed through the radiator.
We stay in the apartment complex. I'm like, is this nigga sneaking through the window? You breaking through my front door or something?
Like,
nigga, there's no chimney.
There's no fucking
There's
way.
no chimney.
There's no fucking
There's some
way.
killers outside. What you mean?
Everybody ain't got no fucking chimney. You gotta change the story.
And you expecting me to believe this nigga rode some reindeer around the globe to everywhere in the globe at once? Nigga, get the fuck
How the
out
fuck
of
you
here.
making it around?
The
You
fuck
know how
outta
many
here.
houses that you gotta.
Billions.
And then you going
It's
down
impossible.
each and every chimney? No,
In
nigga.
one day?
It don't make sense.
I know Amazon.
No,
shipping
not
pretty
even
impressive,
not
but
even
not
one
this.
day.
Couple of hours, really. 'Cause
Literally.
You know, everybody we waking up at like 4:00 in the morning
Yes.
to open gifts and
So
shit.
it be like
But
fucking-
you don't even go to sleep for real
Till
till like
like 10,
12
o'clock.
because you want to stay up. This nigga did not make it all the way around the fucking world within 3 fucking
Expedited
hours.
shipping, right?
You
So,
feel me?
Nigga, he coming into everybody's house drinking milk and eating cookies. you're
got-
gonna get the itis at some point.
At
You're
some
going,
point.
You're going to
At
sleep
some point, you're
somewhere.
toast.
He has
At
gas.
some
Going to
point, you're
sleep
fucking
somewhere.
toast.
He's lactose intolerant for sure. All that milk at that old age, you're gonna be shitting.
But think about it. Also, think about it. Imagine how much milk and cookies you gotta eat.
2%.
Think about
Oat
it.
milk
Across the globe, all these milk and cookies that you gonna eat,
from different countries.
and somehow you ain't shit at all. You ain't stopped to take a shit break. Your stomach ain't full.
There's no way.
Like it don't make sense. It never made sense.
So y'all guess
I
what
would
year for
never-
Saint Nick?
I said
I
either
don't even have a
70s
guess.
or 1800s.
I don't have a
Take,
guess.
take a guess. Any guess?
I'd say
Very
probably.
cold.
It's hotter than that.
It's colder than that.
I'd say like 1544.
Cold. Well, you're warmer than her.
Damn,
So what's the
longer than
year?
that?
What's the year?
1400s?
270 AD to 343 AD.
God damn!
Like 300 years after Jesus died.
Jesus
Who the hell
Christ!
came up with that?
Was it the actual? It was an actual
person,
right?
yeah.
No, it was, but well, damn.
From Asia, St. Minor, so the land of Turkey. That's when the Constantine Empire started ruling. So the unorthodox Roman Empire.
Okay.
That's when Christianity started doing this whole thing, pagan worshiping. We ain't going there today, but for the sake of Christmas,
We could have a whole episode on pissing off religious people if we want to.
for sure.
Let's not do that.
We just not gonna do
Not
that
religious
today.
though, but I had to admit when there's bullshit in my religion.
Yeah, no, because I grew up in the church, but like
Me too.
it was just I stopped going. Like once I started asking questions in Sunday school and getting in trouble for it, I was like, that doesn't make sense.
But now I'm pretty sure your question could be answered nowadays. We have a lot more information.
Yeah, it's a lot more information, but some of the shit don't make sense. Like, why is this man white? But anyway,
But you know he's not white.
Now
we know
that
he's not white.
is a little questionable for sure.
the nigga was born in the Middle East,
You can't be white.
and you telling me that he was white?
hair,
Okay.
like wool. I don't really.
Come
know
on,
why-
bro.
Like braid, brazen, whatever.
You feel me?
you're
Come
gonna
on, bro.
That's a nigga or an Arab at least.
This is
Yeah.
a nigga.
At the very
At the
least,
very
yeah.
least, this motherfucker was brown. Without, we'll save that for a different podcast.
That's why when I have
We'll
kids,
save that
bro,
for a different
It's
podcast.
given, you know,
Because
like-
that's a rabbit hole I can go down. Because I had an argument with not an argument. I had a discussion with my grandma about it. Like, because, you know, she's super church lady. You know, Jamaicans are super fucking religious, whatever. Man, my nigga, I was like, dog, grandma, just explain. I was like, just
Mama.
explain this to me. Just, how did this happen?
If you ask too many
You
questions,
want to know
they-
what she told me?
They pop you.
The devil upon you. I said, grandma,
What does that
because
mean?
the devil's
Devil's
on you.
Pardon me.
No, the devil's
the
on
devil's
you.
on you.
A devil upon you, right? That's a.
Oh, okay.
I was like, grandma, because I asked a question. I was like, because I asked a
Talking about
question.
fear tactic, right?
I was. Well, I mean, that's Christianity whole thing. Anyway, skip. We'll skip this whole conversation because that's a rabbit.
Fair enough. I will say when I have kids though, it's gonna be a black Santa.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be niggas everywhere.
I think I'm gonna
It's
tell
gonna
them,
be
hey,
niggas
look,
everywhere.
this whole Santa Claus shit is bullshit. It's fake, but you're gonna pretend it's gonna be real around your friends. But around here, I'm Santa Claus.
Will y'all tell y'all kids that Santa Claus is real though, or let them believe that Santa Claus is real?
I'm still debating on that.
Because
That's
it's
why
for
I'm
me,
glad
it's
I'm still
50-50.
debating.
They got till they're 6,
I don't
Oh,
really want to. I
first
don't want to
grade.
lie to them. You know.
but you are gonna lie to them though.
No, because for me, I feel
I
like if you,
I might not lie to
I feel
people
like
anything.
it's like you know, like for kids, like that's super important. You feel me? Like just having that
to play
sense
into
of
their imagination, but at the same time,
yeah.
imagine that letdown. You know,
If you don't
it's
get what
still
you want.
it's that, and it's still a place of distrust as a kid.
Yeah.
Because you trust your parents. So for a long time, they're telling you like, "Hey, this man exists," and then by the time you figure out he's fake, he's like, "Oh yeah, well we've been lying to you for the last XYZ years."
And
you
not
be
only
like,
that, we lied to you
Yeah,
about
that's
everything
true.
else.
yeah,
That's true.
and it's everything else,
That's
and you're
fucking
like,
true.
so who's the person I'm supposed to trust here?
That's true as fuck.
Yourself.
Because I mean, like at the end of the day,
But then if you
it's
can't trust your parents who are raising you to learn how to trust people, how the hell do you learn how to trust yourself?
bar.
Unpacking here.
That's a bar.
Let's unpack.
That's a bar. That is a bar. Cause I mean, like at the end of the day, it's like, especially for us, cause I'm not speaking for no Caucasians or no Asian people, no nothing like that. But it's like for us, it's like I feel like it's important to understand that your parents work hard for their shit.
Okay.
To be able to give you what you want, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, especially because I grew up with a single mom, so it's like I know she grinded for her shit to make sure her kids was taken care of. And if I didn't give a fuck about Santa for a long time, so it's like, all right, cool. But you know, for other parents like that, like maybe their kid believes until they 12 or some shit like that, it's like, yo, that praise goes to somebody else when it could, all that gratitude and that hard work that you put in to, you know, to give your kid what they want, it could just go to the person who deserves it versus this imaginary Caucasian that climbed down your water heater and popped into your apartment. You
Not
feel
even
me?
Did you
paying my
come through the
bills.
sink because there's no chimney? There's no chimney.
Coming through the toilet, right? Oh, just gotta go through this central heating.
Nigga climbed through the central heated air duct. Yeah. Fucking madness, bro. I mean, that's just how I feel. I'm 50-50 on it.
Okay.
I feel like if my kids are super into Santa, then sure. Like, if
Yeah.
they're like, you know, like,
Give them the choice.
just like
to
give
make
them a
the
choice. But
decision.
then, like, once once you can start to tell me, like, probably around, like, 8 or so, once you, like, okay,
like,
hey, nigga, like, you have your own opinions and shit, you kind of understand, like, what you don't like as a person, and I'm like, all right, hey, my nigga, we got to have a talk real quick. Santa is dead.
I'm telling my kids, look, you got to first grade. Because kindergarten, think about it.
Early.
That's
That's
early.
early.
Yes, think about it. When you go to kindergarten, you go through all the activities, cool, but bro, think about the technology we're gonna have by then. We have kids. These kids gonna know everything.
Touche.
I wouldn't even say that because I to an extent, feel like the educational system has went down a little bit. So it's like, not saying that they're raising kids to be stupid or anything, but I just feel like school's not as rigorous as it used to be for the most part.
I can agree with
It
that.
took away nap time for kindergartners.
Yeah, that would.
Are you dead
I'm
ass?
serious.
Niggas can't even take a nap?
In kindergarten, no, bro. They're teaching you science, STEM, all that shit.
STEM.
Yes.
Be quiet.
I had a babysitter. She told me. I was like, oh shit.
This nigga said STEM.
This nigga
Go
said
away.
STEM.
There's
Are
no
you dead
way.
ass?
Go away.
We're trying to look for our next doctor. Even though Obama said in a fucking conference one time, yo, we want our next kids to basically be the engineers, lawyers, doctors that we needed. So,
Right, but that starts like.
I mean,
in
but
elementary school. Yeah.
No.
Yes, it does. To retain our
I
information.
wish somebody would be trying to tell me this shit at elementary school.
Oh, shit, you seen it now, live time.
it's like, it's okay. So when you say they teaching them STEM, is it just like
we're
the
teaching
basics, or
we're
is
gonna,
it like
we're gonna teach you the basic building blocks of what you need to know going to middle school or high school, but fuck all that being a kid shit. Literally.
No way.
I don't like
I'm telling
that.
you, yes way.
I don't like that at all.
These teachers are not even paid enough to do this. There's more kids being overpopulated in the schools. I'm from Gwinnett County, so we have a huge overpopulation status of like kids per classroom.
Yeah, but
so
you know,
you don't have time to take care of one kid at a time. You're gonna have to do the status quo of the
Nah,
CRCT.
I don't.
the
I
Iowa
can't subscribe
test,
to that. I can't
all those
subscribe
testing,
to that.
bro.
I
It's
can't
all
subscribe
metrics.
to that.
It's all metrics, bro.
I can't, because if you a fucking teacher, you chose to get this fucking degree. You chose to get this fucking job.
By choice or
and
by
you chose
force?
to go into this fucking no. Ain't nobody. Did anybody force you to get your degree?
No, but we are now at a point like, damn, I'm at college now. Huh, I've been here for 2-3 years.
And you
I don't
decided,
know what to do.
and you decided to be a teacher.
A lot of people
knowing
switch-
that you
yeah.
can't be a teacher, and
Yeah, I
then
tell
you
you
want,
what,
and
I
then
only
you
change
want to
my major
fucking,
once,
and then you want to fucking kill other kids' dreams. No,
Look at your teachers you went growing up. They did the same thing to us.
Yeah,
They
but I
to.
tried. But I put.
Who
Yeah,
killed
but
my
I tried to
dreams
kill
when I
that
was
bitch.
They tried to.
Who tried to kill
Not-
my
maybe not
dream?
your dreams, but overall, you had some negative teachers. It's
Oh.
the
I didn't have
norm.
no negative teachers.
Oh.
Oh,
blessed.
oh, I
You're
had
blessed.
plenty.
I did.
Oh, I had plenty. I went
did.
to Catholic school for 3 years after I got kicked out
I
of
didn't
middle
know.
school.
Or maybe they was
Or elementary
negative
school. I
towards
got kicked
me.
out of elementary school, so I had to go to Catholic school for 3 years. And I had nothing but racist teachers. But
Come on now.
everyone except for one, Miss Henderson. I still
All
love
my
her to this
teachers
day.
was
So should you be a
Black.
racist and be a teacher though?
Time out.
What's up?
All your teachers was black?
Except my first grade teacher, my first grade and my pre-K teacher. They were white,
That's a blessing though.
but
That's a blessing. girl.
every other teacher I had was black. My English teacher in 6th grade, she was white.
Oh, shit.
See, that's the opposite.
Maybe
of
in high
accounting.
school,
Shit,
high
that sounds
school
really
I
true.
had like 3 white teachers, but everybody else pretty much was black. Like, it was all niggas.
Damn, I can count on my hands how many fucking black teachers I had.
Yeah, I had all black teachers.
I want to say
a
6,
blessing for
especially in middle school, 6. Maybe no. Miss Bush, Mr. Hester, Miss Watts, and Miss Sullivan, fine ass, and that was it.
Solely.
That was it. But
I had hella
high
black
school we had a
teachers.
couple black teachers, and like it was maybe like 3, but nah, I had
had
majority white teachers.
One black
I had-
teacher.
They hated me though.
Hella.
I was a terror. I ain't gonna cap. I
hella
deserved
black teachers.
the hate that they gave me, but it was like
She was a menace.
I started acting up because y'all
His
was
name is
treating me
Storm,
different.
So of course.
Yeah, hey, but you know I'm the type of nigga like, all right, if you gonna take it there, I'm gonna take it past
I just want
wherever
to
you
go
at.
home, bro.
You feel me? Like I'm trying to
just
mind my
wanna go
business and go home, nigga. And you wanna like, especially in the Catholic school, me and my nigga Sadi, we used to get put out. We dead ass used to get put out of the class for the entire day. Like say boom, another kid was acting up. Boom. If they were in the vicinity of us, we would get blamed for it, and we would get put out the class for literally the rest of the entire day. Like, and that shit happened for 2 years, nigga. Like, every time we had Miss Ballason's class, still to this day, I hate that bitch. Every time we had her class, bro, she dead ass hated us.
See, so once again, so you expect teachers of the new age to have the same passion? I don't know. It's gonna be 50-50. You're gonna have teachers who actually love kids, and there'll be teachers who be like, "Yo, I just need a check. I just need a job."
I mean, that's what any job, though.
That's what any job, but I feel like
that's a lot of responsibility with that one job. But it's different to be a trash man worker compared to a teacher, or it's different to be a mailman or a lawyer than a teacher.
Exactly. But if you know
but
gonna
I mean,
get
any
paid,
job where you're responsible for other people, like even nursing, is
on
still
a daily basis
iffy because half the time these nurses don't even give a fuck about people for real.
That's facts. That's facts. Especially with our community, nigga, they don't care about us at all. They'll give us some ibuprofen with a broke back.
Oh
and
yeah, it's medical gaslighting.
Yeah, well, that's a new term. Like
yeah,
that,
medical gaslighting.
Like no, but
my back hurts.
No, they were
like, oh no, and there was once upon a time there were fake studies where they would say like black people have a higher pain tolerance than Caucasians.
Yep.
So they would think that even if we were in pain, like it wasn't that bad because we're
But
black.
those are still published. That's not even like once upon a time.
Those
Those medical books are still published to this day. Those are still out.
And that's why like even black women especially die so much during childbirth, because when black women are in pain, and they're assuming like, oh, you know, you're not actually in pain, or you'll be okay, you just need to go to sleep, or this, that, and third. So they're ignoring. Yeah, you're bleeding internally in so much pain, but they're ignoring it because you're black. Oh, maybe she's just trying to get some extra medicine or some shit. Like you trying to lie, like, bitch, hello, I'm about to die. And then when they die, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
And there's never any accountability for that shit
at all, of course, because it's white.
Apparently y'all giving birth the wrong way too. Apparently y'all supposed to give birth like squatting or different positions, but the hospital position is not the best position for y'all to do birth.
The feet up in the stirrups, that it goes because it goes against gravity. It makes it harder for you to actually push a baby out, which is why a lot of people like nowadays, especially us, like we choose not us, y'all. Choose to like go through like water births and shit like that in the home.
I'm team water birth.
Going through like
cheers.
Oh,
all right. If you're taking another one. If you're taking shots,
yours has been in your hand for 37 minutes.
Because I was trying to wait. You know,
I saw again.
I was being patient.
Yeah,
I got patience.
I was being patient, but it was sitting there. So I was like,
shut up.
Yeah, fuck it.
I got patience.
Transition to the next segment.
Yeah, but
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, you good.
Ain't nothing to interrupt, nigga. We just
podcast full of interrupting.
Yeah, you know, we had a completely different topic than male maternity fatality rates.
I'm okay with where we're going.
And medical gaslighting. That's the first time I heard that word.
That's not where we intended to start.
Premeditate person.
The Star Trek hand.
This is my nerd symbol every time I say something.
The Star Trek hand. You did that shit for the first time on episode 10.
I don't want to do that because
like,
I have to do this all the time.
Expose myself.
No. It was literally, we were having a conversation and this nigga just threw this up and I looked. I was like, nigga, did you just out of nowhere?
You couldn't do it growing up. You should be like this for forever. And then I just had to keep training myself, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Can y'all move like any parts of your face, like eyebrows, nose, ears, or something like that?
I can flare my nostrils.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know a lot of people that can't like move their nose or like flare their nostrils on thing, but I can kind of move my ears. It's really just me pulling. I can feel like I'm pulling the skin on my ears back type shit. But
yeah, do it.
Hold on, look.
Zoom into the camera for that. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Barely. It's like a subtle backstroke.
You want to know where the inspiration for that bullshit came from? I was watching the fucking Little Rascals when Alfalfa was flicking his shit. I was like, nigga, I need to learn how to do this, and I deadass practiced that shit for like 3 weeks.
It did take some practice.
Eventually, I just started moving the bitches. I was like, oh, okay, bet I got facial control, nigga.
I can't do that.
Actor.
I can move my nostrils. I can, one eyebrow, two eyebrows.
Oh, you can do The Rock. That's fine. I can't do The Rock.
Oh, you can't do the one?
Wink.
I can eye roll like the Undertaker.
Shout out to Riri.
So you can eye roll, but you can't move one eyebrow?
No, I'm trying my best.
Oh, wow.
What, my eyebrow thing?
Yeah, like try to do one.
I'm sorry.
You can laugh. It's okay. I can't do it.
Damn.
I just learned how to whistle like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Like general whistle or like the
basics? Just.
Oh, I can't do that.
I still can't do that shit.
I don't think I'll ever know how to do that. But as long as I can do a little.
A little what?
Yeah, facts.
Okay, make sure.
Yeah.
I can whistle. That's how I call these niggas back in the house. Both of the dogs If they in the backyard or whatever the fuck, I just and then they come.
Hey, everybody,
Hands up in the air.
I just wanna.
All right, now.
That is anywhere right here. On my
All right,
lap.
so let's
It's
get off.
me.
Let's get off of the dark topics.
Stop.
Let's transition.
You still have to take the shot, yo.
Oh wait, you ain't take yours?
You take yours. All right, now we can do regular conversations. We're ready. That was a good icebreaker.
Right, yeah, let's
you warmed
let's,
up.
Let's transition out of the fucking
Little
dark
bit.
topics.
We got some questions to
Alright.
ask.
Most topics weren't dark. What do you have to ask me?
Black women mortality during childbirth is not a dark topic.
I think that is a very important.
It's an important, but
topic.
it's still dark
No
because
one's
our
saying that
women
it's
are
fake.
dying.
Yeah.
Our women are dying. That's
Yeah,
dark. in my
disproportionately compared to white women, of course.
opinion. 2 to 3 times. It's dark in my
Hey,
opinion.
no one's saying that's not real. It's dark too.
Exactly, it's
I
real.
wouldn't
It's
say
dark.
that's
like,
dark.
Like
That's
war is
just
real and it's dark.
realistic.
You feel me? Huh?
That's realistic. Saying it's not real. Are there any children watching or listening right now?
Actually, no. I made this podcast not made for kids.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not saying
I don't
this.
give a fuck about the kids.
Santa's
Fuck the
real.
kids. They'll be fine. They ain't gonna die.
Santa's very real too.
All right, bet. So
Okay.
we're here now. Shots up. We got some questions for you. Tell us more about yourself real quick. You just came on our podcast out of nowhere. Storm hit me up the other day saying, yo, we got this girl named Chastity. I'm thinking Chastity Belt? And I was like, yo, whose name's Chastity? And then here you are. So tell the pod a little about yourself, what you got going on. A little quick elevator pitch before we go.
Hey, it's me, Chaz. So, I'm 26. Graduated from Georgia State.
Okay, full bio.
With
I
a
dig it.
major in econ, minor in bio. Right now I'm a lash tech. You know,
Bag.
I was a waitress for like 5.5 years. I don't do that anymore. I might go back into it. Not really sure.
It's good money. It's good quick money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, serial entrepreneur. I would probably say.
Okay.
Bag getter.
Her hustle, her face ass. I'm sorry.
I ain't say a word.
Thought that was
I
a good
didn't
one.
say a word.
Swing and miss, right? You'll get it.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much.
And you're not seeing this right now, but she's currently on IG Live while potting. This has to be like a world record of like multitasking, you know. And I'm seeing the whole time. People are legit tuned in. So this is an honor to have someone
Shout out to y'all.
being an entrepreneur spirit crazy. So we in Atlanta. I think if the average guy sees your Instagram, they're like, damn, who the hell is she? So with that being said, what is Atlanta to you nowadays? I feel like you went to Georgia State, right? You went to Georgia State with UGA. I feel like the Atlanta we knew has changed dramatically.
Atlanta changed 100%.
You know, so how are you? What's your new thoughts about Gotham, aka Atlanta? Atlanta is Gotham, bro.
I mean, when I was at Georgia State, I didn't really see much of the Atlanta that I started to see after I graduated, if that makes sense. I didn't really like go out to the clubs and shit like that. So when I really started to like go out and see what was really going on, it was like, what the fuck?
So what'd you see?
Atlanta, especially coming from Augusta, you know, it was a whole new ballpark for me. Like, you know, everybody's rich in Atlanta, and if they not rich, they at least look rich.
Touche.
Rich.
And it's just so much shit going on. Like, you know, especially with the guys, you know, all these niggas got money and they do this, they do that, blah, 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 blah. And it's either expected you're supposed to go for it, and if you don't, it's just like, who the fuck this bitch thinks she is kind of thing. Like, so it's kind of, even like with dating, like trying to find a balance between the two of those kind of things it's very difficult. Like, everybody is egotistical. Not even everybody, but for the most part, everybody has a big ego here because everybody's a celebrity. Because everybody can get money. Everybody can have a bust down. Everybody can have a nice car. Everybody have this, that, and the third. And for most people, that's what they think gives them a leg up.
It's crazy. The hoodie says that exactly. Not yours.
God goes in grinding. I'm over here like,
Wait, what's yours say?
God goes in
every
grinding.
ATLian is a star. Shout out to Black Forever.
like-
I feel that.
Great company. This is not an ad.
No, because I definitely feel that because like I mean, because I've been here for what year is it? 2022.
Yeah,
I've been here since so I've been here for 15 years now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like seeing what Atlanta used to be versus when it became the spot for just people to move to try to be successful. It became a completely, and I mean a completely different fucking world. Like, girl, became a completely different fucking world. So it was like watching, but because I mean, finessing has always been a thing in Atlanta. That's not that is an art that we are literally trained to deal with just by being in the city. You feel me? Like it's not something that you just so happen to come across every once in a while. It's somebody trying to finesse you every time you step outside.
And that's the truth.
You know what I mean? Like that's just how we get conditioned type shit. But when like everybody started moving from like the Californias, New York, Texas, Florida, you know, and from everywhere, from all the small fucking cities, and they come to Atlanta to reinvent themselves, get a good job, or start, you know, doing whatever you need to do to make your money. It's like it became a cesspool to me.
That's a good word.
Like, it's dead ass. Like, that's like the dating pool is in the fucking shitter.
It's piss
it
in
got
it.
pee in it.
Yeah, but I said there's piss in it.
It ain't even piss, nigga. That's diarrhea.
Pee got shit.
It's diarrhea because you are dead ass one person removed away from knowing everybody in the city.
I think
like
realistically, and it's just like I said, especially with dating these days, men lead with money, and if you're not leading with money, like you're bottom of the barrel damn near, because women has to have this whole city girl mindset where it's like, oh, excellent. I'm only gonna fuck with this nigga if he gonna pay a bill, or so they be like, bitches be like, well, how soon after I start talking to a nigga can I ask him for some money? And it's just like, and that's how most people move. So even if you're not on that type of time, that's what people are gonna expect out of you.
Yeah.
So it's those underlying expectations that have created this just consensus about dating.
It's just transactional now.
Everything is transactional. Everything is transactional, even friendships.
It's a great
so it's just like
too.
It's just weird because even if you're dating somebody, and of course you don't want somebody that doesn't have any money.
Right, you don't want nobody broke, male or female. You don't want to deal with nobody that's poverty stricken.
You're dating. You hope they have some kind of money. Sure, cool.
At least be able to take care of yourself.
Then it's just like, oh, for guys, you might be talking to a girl, but then you're leading with money, and this is the type of girl that you're dating that is used to niggas leading with money. So she probably is talking to you, but she probably got 3-4 other niggas that's leading with money.
Roster.
So then it's like, oh, in your mind, if you don't lead with enough money, then she's gonna reject you for one of the niggas out of everybody that she's talking to that's leading with the most money. Right. So that's why niggas are having so much pressure, like, oh, I gotta lead with doing all this other shit that these other niggas are doing. But I mean, it's really just the type of person that you're going for. Even with women, like a lot of times women will want a nigga that's loyal, you know, honest, etc., etc. But most men that lead with a lot of money, their mindset is because they're leading with money, they don't have to do those kind of things.
Right.
So when you're talking to somebody that is doing that way, you can't be like, oh, well, he's not only dating me, and I just found out that he got 3 other bitches and do.
Oh, gasp.
It's just like,
gasp.
It's the type of nigga. So it's like you can't really expect that unless you understand that type of person has that kind of integrity about himself to not be on that type of time.
Right.
So it's really about so many conflicting values and wants and desires. Like I said, you might want a nigga with money, but you want a nigga with money that's honest, that's loyal, that's transparent, that's this, that, and the third. You might want a bitch that you could spend the most money on, that you know that while you're spending all this money on her, she don't want the next nigga that could spend even more money on her. But you still have to understand at the same time, like, if that's the type of person that she is, or the lifestyle that she used to, or this, that, and the third, if that's her mindset, she might be like, well, you know what, it's another nigga that's asking me to go do. It's another nigga that's trying to buy me this and do that and the third. So it really just depends. I feel like as far as dating, everybody is so concerned about the expectations, but you really have to figure out what really works for you at the end of the day. Like, that's really what it boils down to. Like, I was even talking to one of my friends the other day, and he was saying, like, you know, dating is just so fucked up these days. Like,
I agree.
And he was just like, you know, if you, like you said, if you don't lead with the most amount of money, you might lose the person that you're pursuing to somebody else with more money than you. But I had to say, like, at the end of the day, if you lost that person to somebody else that's doing something different, they're not for you.
It's not yours.
So at the end of the day, why does that matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you might have put time and effort into it, but if she's willing to choose somebody else that's spending more money on you, you might have been really into the girl, really love the girl, boom, 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 but that nigga might cheat on her. But that's gonna be her karma for picking that nigga over you. So at the end of the day, you can't really be like, oh my gosh, I'm so mad, because it's just like, okay, you might have got rejected. That's what you wanted, and she chose what she wanted. Yeah. And her karma at the end of the day, even if you were more genuine to the next nigga or the person that she picked over you, that's what she got to deal with. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, even right. Like, I dated somebody. Agree. I dated somebody. Yeah. It's just, I've had so many perfect examples over the course of the last couple of years. Okay. I do definitely want a man that is established, that has, you know, his finances together, this, that, and the third. Okay. But at the end of the day, I know at the same time, I want a man that's loyal, that's honest, that's this, that, and the third. So that's my deal breaker, regardless.
Are you emotionally available right now?
Ooh. I am now. Back in the day, I wasn't for the most part, but I definitely am more so now.
Okay, so question afterwards. Which segment would be more important? Would it be the back end, like the loyalty? Well, the groundwork, I'd say, the loyalty, the respect, the treating you how you want to be treated, et cetera, or would it be somebody who can do for you what you wanted, type thing? Like, which one is more important to you?
To me, it's the latter.
Okay. Well, what's the latter again? You said a lot.
The loyalty.
The respect, and all that. Okay.
Like, I dated somebody before. I really didn't even know how much money they used to make, but I knew they had money. Come to find out, they could make like $140K in one day. Like, had money. I had to leave because I found out nigga was a trick. Boom, boom, boom. I had no idea. You know, we were spending a lot of time together, going on dates all the time. Boom, boom, boom. But I did not figure it out. Like, he doing whatever, woo, 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 which is cool. Damn, you took that without us.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
What the fuck?
She was
should make you take another one just because.
She was spitting.
What the fuck?
She was spitting. I was like, damn, I take a shot to that. Cause, bro, it's very rare to see a woman like you. Sorry to interrupt. Like, you're very accountable. I can just tell how the way you're moving. And that's a running joke me and my friends have, that a lot of women in the A don't have accountability. Like,
a lot of women want you to hold them, but just not accountable.
In general, nowadays don't have as much accountability
because they expect you to be pretty. Yeah, you got the lashes.
So,
you
I'm pretty. But when you're supposed to do everything for me, I don't have to do anything. I'm not that type of bitch.
It's not even that. Like, y'all have the card of just pull some bullshit. For example, you found out a nigga was tricking on you, right? Of multiple rosters. An average girl be like, you know what? As long as I get what I want,
taken care of, I don't care. And the funniest thing is, that's literally what he told me. Like, he was just like, well, most women, they don't care. Like, as long as I got money, I'm taking care of them. They don't care about what I got going on with the next girl. I said, well, I care. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I care. Like, I don't care how much money you have. You could make $200K a day. You could have a $30 million contract per year. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, because if I'm not feeling the way I'm supposed to be feeling, if I don't feel respected, if I don't feel like, there's enough emotional honesty and connectedness that's supposed to be there, the money is the least of my worries.
So what if he does all that? Leave. So what if he does all that, but he still has a roster? What happens then? He has, look, I'm giving you one-on-one time. I'm being accountable with my feelings. I'm actually being loyal to you about showing up for your events, showing up for your, hold on, hypothetical, right? He's doing everything that you want emotionally, personality-wise, and he has the bread. But he has a couple two.
I have a question.
My thing?
Wait.
Okay.
I have a question.
I had a question on top of that.
I have a question. Before you answer, because I'm gonna let you answer after. But would it be loyalty if the nigga still has bitches on the side?
Yes. No.
It depends. It depends what you mean by loyalty. No. If he's there for you every time, you're number one on the roster. That's loyal. No. If you're number one, that's loyalty to me.
Doesn't matter.
If you're the go-to.
No.
On anything, I want to take you to X, Y, and Z.
No.
So I'm glad you have that wisdom now, but. Let's say
I've always had that wisdom.
If you're not in a monogamous relationship yet, like if y'all are in a
been that type.
talking stage, whatever, okay, maybe I'll give you a pass. But if I'm claiming you in private or public,
okay,
bitch, you better respect me. 100%. Like there's nothing else for me especially. There's nothing else that I require besides you be just respectful to me. And for me, respect encompasses a lot because if you respect me, you're not gonna go out and do no shit that I wouldn't like.
And the thing about respect is it's very subjective.
It's very subjective. But it's like, you know, some people will settle for a lot type shit.
Right. What might be respectful to one female would be disrespectful to the next.
Right. So it's like, it's about your person. But if you're not, you know what I'm saying? For me, because, you know, I've dealt with a lot of toxic motherfuckers in my life because women are terrible. Women, nigga.
For that too, even as a woman.
Women are terrible.
I have my way.
We love them to death, but they are fucking terrible.
Save your chest.
But it's like, yo, at the end of the day, if you can't respect me, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. Cause give me a week.
My feelings hurt today. I can give a.
Give me a week, and my nigga, you're out of my life, nigga. You're fine. Exactly. At the end of the day, I was born by myself. I'm gonna die by myself.
Yeah. I feel like you underestimate the factor of how much monetary success or like verification matters in dating. It sounds good in theory now, but that's why I said it matters to the person. Every day you have the Lennox tricking, like, yo, girl, what you want? Yeah, it's very hard to say goodbye to lifestyle if you know that nigga got everything you want. He's giving you the sex. He's giving you He's giving you the emotional support, validation. You're saying no.
Still got bitches. No. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. Literally, the minute I find out, like, especially if we're supposed to, it seems like we're committed. The minute I find out about another bitch, it's cut. Like, I believe. I don't care how much money the nigga has. The nigga can make $500 million a year. So Drake, and I can have everything taken care of. Woo, 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 woo. The minute I see that shit, I'm done. So I don't care. So
Drake, peace is more important than the bullshit. Say no. I dig it.
I value my peace over everything, and that's in every aspect of my life.
Real nigga.
Period. Okay. In every aspect of my life, is peace over everything.
I'll leave a motherfucker for anything.
I will leave for anything.
What age?
Any sense of betrayal, any sense of fake shit, any sense of disloyalty, any sense of dishonesty, any of that. Like, once I see that shit and it's so deeply ingrained into your character to the point where I can't see it changing to accommodate me.
That's a good factor. Can you change for that person once you realize, hey, this is what I got going on?
You see, but also,
once you see that that's what I need, if you can't give me what I need, it's done.
That's fair.
For me, like, I'm big on communication because I was terrible at communication when I was younger. Yeah. So, like,
me too. I'm better now. I definitely was.
I'm sensational now. Nigga, like, I'm
so
with it.
I don't like, but you know, like, I don't talk about my feelings like that. But if I'm not,
I do now because I be like,
no, wait. But if you don't hear me saying, like, hey, we gotta have a conversation real quick, or like, if I don't pull you to the side and we talk about something, everything is fine in my eyes. You feel me? Like, I'm not, if I don't tell you about something, or if I don't argue about nothing, nigga, I might just be worried about my car. I might be worried about how I'm gonna pay this, that, and the other. I might be worried about, you know, buying some shit that I have no business buying. Mm-hmm. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it comes to, if you take that as, okay, this person, okay, he's doing this, or he might have another bitch on the side, so I'm going to get my lick back. Knowing good and damn well, bitch, I go to work and I go home. And you know this. One, you have my location. Two, I'm not interested in going out like that. You know this. You know this for a fact.
He's a hermit.
If anything, I'm staying in the crib. So it's like, when I see shit like that, I'm like, dog, if it's like,
Tiger in.
All right, boo.
Tiger in.
I'm taking you in a second.
I'm like, can I have the floor?
If it's like, boom, I'm communicating with you, like, okay, if I have an issue, or okay, like, if you want to have a conversation about, like, how you're feeling, where you want whatever to go, or if I'm not doing something adequately enough, we can have those conversations all fucking day long. I'm not going to have a problem. But if it comes to the point where it's just argument, dismissiveness, I'm gone. I have nothing to do with that.
Okay.
Because my peace, I can do bad by my fucking self. I can fuck my life up solo dolo.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't need anybody else to add on to that. Okay. You feel me? So for me personally, it's like, dog, I don't. Just talk to me like a fucking grown up and we'll be fine. That's all I need. That's literally all I ask.
It's hard.
Everything else, I'm not gonna tell you what you can and can't wear because one, I'm gonna beat up or shoot whatever nigga that decides to get disrespectful. You feel me? Like, it's as far as protecting us, it's fine. Hey, get in your bed. Go that way. Thanks, fat boy. But I'm gonna let you have the floor.
Tiger in literally though. Tiger in.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. My only thing about that, especially as a woman, right? not even that, oh, we're so ingrained to have trust issues, this, that, and the third. But there's also that aspect of men who will do that type of shit and really be on some other type of time.
Manipulating.
Right. So
Facts.
there's that in the back of your mind. So that's why I feel like transparency is such an important factor of dating. So as compared to, like, say somebody hits you up and you just ignore them. It's somebody you dating. Cool. They text you and you just ignore them without saying anything. Of course, if they're so used to talking to you all the time and you just ignore them, it's just like, where the fuck is their mind supposed to go? What are they supposed to ask? Then there's also, like, with everybody, there's that fear of rejection. So it's just like, what am I supposed to say to somebody while I'm being ignored and we're normally talking all the time?
Right.
Which is why being communicative, like really communicative, even if it's hard, is really important. Because even to say, like, somebody texts you and you may not even be in the mood to talk, say, I'm not ignoring you, I'm just in the mood today. Just give me a little bit of space and I'll talk to you. Especially where I am now.
You never see that, man.
Where I am now in my life, when I need space, I'm going to ask for it. Okay. Like, I'm not just going to ignore you. If we're on a consistent type of basis, especially if I wake up in the morning, it could be 8 a.m., 7 a.m., and I wake up and I just know I'm in a mood where I need space, I'm going to send you a text. We just talked all week, the last 2 weeks, every fucking day, and I wake up this morning and I just know, I just feel myself just like emotionally deactivating. And I just know I'm going to need space today. Yeah. I'll send a text early in the morning. You don't even have to be awake. I'm going to say, good morning. I just want you to know, I just feel myself being emotionally overwhelmed and I need some space.
Wow.
So I will let you know, like, I'm still here, but I'll let you know when I'm ready to really come back and be as, participating the way I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
And if you need me for anything, you can still reach out and I will do my best to be as present as I possibly can. But I know for the most part that I need space. Right. So it's my responsibility to speak up for that need of myself as compared to just ignoring you or giving you the space to really come up with your own stories, which most people do because everybody overthinks.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not give you the space to get into your head. I'd rather just be as transparent as possible and just tell you what's really going on with me. So that way when I'm really ready to speak about why I need a space, you don't have to be like, well, you just ignored me for 4 fucking days, boom, boom, boom. Of course, everybody gets riled up at that point because it's just like, you ignore me and you just disappeared. Yeah. That gives a lot of people, even if you don't have anxiety, that's something that would give somebody some sense of anxiety.
That is the one part that I have to work on. Like, everything else, I'm good on. Okay. But when I shut down, I'm gone. Like, because Serge has that issue with me too. Like, if I'm not in the mood to talk, I will not talk to anybody for like 2-3 weeks, and it won't. It won't be like just like somebody I'm dealing with. It'll be friends, family, whatever. Like, I'm in a bubble as far as I'm concerned, and that's definitely a problem that I have because for me too. It's like when I'm like I go through my cycles. Like, okay, I'll be super social. Or I'll be like halfway social, like I might want to go out, and then go home like in the middle of the night, whatever. Don't talk to nobody for weeks. And then sometimes I'm just not doing it. You feel me? And it's like I might be on my phone, I'm scrolling through shit, but I'm collecting my peace, just maybe going through TikTok, but it's like I can't interact with anybody,
and that's why
because I know me for a fact. Like I don't like to burden people with my bullshit. That's one of my major issues. I feel like anytime I'm complaining about something or anytime I have an emotion, I feel like I'm being a burden on somebody.
We unpacking, okay?
No. Wait.
Go ahead.
You gotta tag it.
Wait.
My hand's here.
So like it's, but for me, like that's how I feel. But also I understand like I don't ever bring my bullshit on other people. You feel me? But it's just like a self-conscious thing. Like, yo, if I do it this time, it's going to become a bigger problem. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel. So, because I've always, with my family specifically, like, okay, we don't talk about none of that shit. Nigga, deal with it. You'll be fine. Work starts in the morning. Get up and go to work. That's how I was raised from the time that I was born, nigga. The job needs to get done whether you want to or not.
It's a whole nother day. You got to get up and
you feel me? You have to get your shit done.
Facts.
So, it's like, okay, I need to do my job. I need to go to work. I need to make money. I need to, maintain my peace. I need to maintain my sanity, meditate, do whatever I need to do. And it's like, dog, I can't do that and talk to you about some dumb shit like your nails or whatever the fuck. I don't care about none of that shit right now.
You don't have to.
You feel me? And it's like, but
that's what saying you need spaces.
Instead of communicating, I'd be like, I'll talk to them motherfuckers tomorrow. Like, I see the message.
That's worrisome.
I'll see the message and be like, nah, I'll text later. Worrisome. I'll text you in a couple hours and I'll forget.
Same.
Because of my ADHD, like, oh, okay. And then it's like, boom, by the time I remember.
Responding
your head is.
My brain
responding in my head has killed so many opportunities,
like,
nigga.
LMAO in my head.
Don't say shit.
2 days later, damn, trying to do this conversation again.
Damn.
So, thank you for that safe space. You're unpacking. You gotta tag in one quick.
Hey man, we just being honest, nigga.
What point did you realize? Because you seem very, very acknowledgeable. What did it take for you to realize this?
Years of dating. Of course we all have our own issues. And I'm a flip between both. So I don't know if y'all have ever heard of attachment theory.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. Attachment theory pretty much talks about the way that you attach in emotional relationships. Okay. You can be anxious, you can be avoidant, you can be fearful avoidant, which is a mixture of the two. I'm a mixture of the two, so I can be on both sides.
Okay.
So it took me a while, especially with dating, to realize how I interact on both sides.
Okay.
So when I'm more anxious, I of course hate when people are more avoidant than me, because it's just like I need the transparency. And then when I'm avoidant, I don't feel like I owe people the transparency. And then I got to a point where I was just like, that's hypocritical. I can't do that.
Okay.
So I had to really do the work with myself to be like, I don't like, if I'm on the more anxious end, I don't like when somebody's not transparent, when they need space, or if they're going through something, or something is bothering them.
Right.
So I had to, when I'm on my avoidant end, I have to be more transparent to be like, at least when somebody's more avoidant with me, I can really say, okay, this is intolerable, because I know when I'm on that side, I'm not going to do that. So it was a growth process. Like I said, through me just talking to different people, this, that, and the third, I had to come to terms with myself to really feel like I'm not going to get what I need if I'm not vulnerable and transparent about what it is that I need. So, you can't be upset with people about not meeting your needs if you're not telling them what it is that you need. You can't sit and complain and say, hey, I needed space for 2 days and they didn't give me space. But you didn't tell them that was what you needed at the time. Like, you have to be transparent with what it is that you need. You'll never get your needs met if you're not telling people what it is that you need.
So what makes it so hard? Tag me in.
That's a bar.
What makes it so hard for women to communicate that moment? Because I will say my frustrations in my dating life before it turned around was that, yo, look, I'm giving the energy you want. You say you want time, dates, cool. And all of a sudden, someone just stops texting, goes. I know when someone's not interested, you can read the room, but when someone is interested, they express that. And
sometimes you can still be missing and still be interested, because a lot of people are scared of intimacy. So it might have been that while the last time we were together, you may have did something that kind of was off-putting for me, but I don't know how to bring it up in conversation because I'm not emotionally available. I'm not that transparent. So then I'm like, well, it really bothered me to the point where I'm like, dang, if I feel like we can't change this kind of thing, then I don't want to be here. So most people are conflict avoidant. So it's like, well, I'd rather not say anything about it. And then it's like, well, I might say something, I might bring it up, and I have a whole blowout, and then I lose them because I said something. So some people say, I'd rather not lose the person by not saying anything. So I might as well just, fall off a little bit. I'll go ghost, and then maybe get over it on my own type of time. And then I might come back when I'm over it, which is impossible. Exactly. So that's not a type of thing that you could really rely on, but it's the way that most people operate, because when you're emotionally unavailable and you're conflict avoiding, you want to bring those kind of things up into whatever you have going on.
That's why when I date women for the first time, like my first date, I go straight to the gutter, like, are you emotionally available or not? And
see, the problem with asking that is most people can say that, but even then, if you're still actively healing, because healing is a lifelong process. There's no point. If you didn't come from a secure family and a secure place, there's no way to really say, like, yeah, I'm fully emotionally available.
But no,
because fully. Sometimes, right. But just even then, you could still say like, oh, I'm emotionally available to the point where you feel your feelings, but you could still not be emotionally available to the point where that you convey them appropriately. That's like fine. Some people could say, oh, I'm emotionally available, but it would be like, oh, you went missing, so they call you and be like, where the fuck have you been? Like doing all the rah shit. But it's like, are you really emotionally available? Because why are you doing the chaotic shit? You could have been like, hey, I called you early, you know, you went missing on me. It kind of scared me. Like, it hurt my feelings because I was really expecting to speak to you, and you know, when you go missing on me like that, it makes me nervous. That's emotionally available, but not being like, you motherfucker.
So going back to the original conversation that we're in Atlanta, as niggas, we see y'all heavy pressure. If we have a baddie that we like, we know that there's probably 5 to 10 niggas doing the same attention. So you cannot, I say you cannot, but I see a lot of anxiety stem from the fact that, yo, I just took you out on a date, I did X, Y, and Z. Not listing the demands, but they see, yo, look, I'm trying to get your attention. Hold on. What I'm trying to say is that that anxiety can stem from knowing that, yo, who's applying pressure when I'm not there? Like Drake says that song, who do you fuck with in the city when I'm not there? You know what I'm saying? And you know that shit true. You know that shit true. You can give me A1 conversation. You can tell me everything, but as soon as I say goodbye on that date, I don't know who's hitting your line. I don't know what's going on. You have every right to express that. But in Atlanta, when you know you want someone that you want, niggas cannot help but to apply that pressure. Maybe communication-wise, it's not the best.
Oh, I got something to say about that.
Me? Tell me in. I have my hand up first. Tell me in. Tell me in, coach. All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, I really got something to say about that. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait.
I'm going to tag you in after. As far as accountability.
You know what I'm saying,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
100%. I agree with what you mean. But as far as accountability, I do feel like men especially I wouldn't say are forced, but are, you know, when the situation arises, they have to be more, you know, saying like, okay, I might have fucked up, or they just might lie about it type shit. You know what I mean? But when it comes to women, accountability is not something that a lot of women, especially in our generation, are used to. Mm-hmm. You feel me? It's a lot of avoidance. It's a lot of blaming backwards. It's a lot of, okay, you did this, I did this because you did that type shit. Exactly. So it's like, it's for me, and I've run into that a lot because, like I said earlier, I've dealt with my fair share of toxic motherfuckers. Although I'm sure 100%, I'm not even gonna deny this, I've been the toxic motherfucker for a couple people. So it's like
Scorpio be like,
yeah, no, it's just honesty. You feel me? Because I know I haven't been the best nigga at all times, but you know what I'm saying. But I'm not the worst nigga. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes, especially when my emotions get overwhelmed or I have other shit in the background going on, I can't extend myself out further to like cater to you because of course a nigga like me, if I'm dealing with somebody, your problems are my problems. You feel me?
It's different when you're transparent on one side. It has to be both sides.
It has to be both sides, right?
I can't be a fucking heart on my sleeve.
I can't do
anything.
I can't do everything for you and be everything.
That's where discernment comes in.
Right. But I can't be everything for you and like I understand to myself that I know that I can't even come to you with my bullshit. You feel me? Like
that's when you know
I'm fixing your apartments, your house, whatever the fuck, and I'm helping you. I'm helping you get your shit together because we've been together or we've been fucking for however long. Because if I'm fucking you, I'm at least gonna try to take care of you because that's just the type of nigga I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like after a while, it's like okay, if it's a one-sided thing for me, eventually I'm just gonna bow out and go on about my business.
Or just treat you how you want to be treated. Yo, you don't get slutted out and fucked and call it a day. I can do that. And just
we can talk about nigga. Just tell me that and we'll be good for the entire life cycle. Nigga, we will be good.
All right, your turn.
Go ahead.
So, damn, I forgot. No, I'm kidding. So,
it'd be like that.
No, but pretty much what I was trying to say is that's why I feel like I said, whether it's reciprocated or not, transparency is so important because even if we don't get to the point where most people want to get to, you have to take the responsibility to say, like, at least I was transparent every step of the way. So once we got to that point, I knew it had nothing to do with me because I was forthcoming about everything. You can't. Other people's emotions are not your responsibility. And there's one thing to have empathy for how people feel, but it's also knowing that you're not responsible for the way that other people feel. Yeah. So if I'm going through something at the time and it's just so overwhelming that I can't be present for somebody, if I'm transparent enough to say, like, this is really bothering me and I really just need that time to myself, if that person gets upset with you for choosing whatever you're dealing with over them,
their comfort, yeah. Okay.
Bye. Okay. Because I'm trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? You don't have that enough level of empathy to be like, damn, like, I'm going through something. But that's why I say it's also important to be transparent because people's anxieties are different.
What do you expect that nigga to do when you say that? Do you expect them to, like, slow down the pressure? Do you expect them to, like, put more pressure to, like, take care of you? Or what do you want?
I'm the type of
I just want people to be themselves 100% of the time. So I want people to operate from the level of emotional capacity that they have 100%, but I need people to be transparent about what that is. Because if you leave it up to me to try to figure it out for myself, it's nerve-wracking because I'm walking on eggshells because I'm not knowing when you need space. I'm not knowing when you want to be close. I'm not knowing when you want me to be affectionate. I'm not knowing when you want me to try to be emotionally supportive. I don't know what it is that you need because instead of telling me what you need, you're just completely being evasive.
So are rich niggas mostly intelligent from your database?
No.
Let's go.
All right, so rich niggas.
I have
rich niggas are stupid
1 to 10. Where would you put them?
Emotionally intelligent. The bulk of them, I would give them a 5.
And what does a 5 mean in your scale? 5
it means that they're there and they're present enough for the chase of you. So as long as they're providing what it is that you may need, or you may want this, or you may want that, you may want to go on a date, you may, I'm hungry, babe, let's go eat, or babe, woo, I want to go. My gas tank low. So woo, they'll do that. But especially for men, even if they are emotionally unavailable, they have this deep need to provide. Okay. So if my need is to provide for you, even if I may not be emotionally present, if you need something, I'm gonna be there to give you what you need. Right. But the emotional connection is what's lacking. It's like they'll be present enough to give you something that's physically tangible, but the emotional part is missing.
But do you expect that emotional part to be there if you started dating? Like what?
Absolutely.
All right. So
100%.
In your dating book, you care about emotion more.
I care about emotional availability. Period. I don't care who the nigga is. I don't care how much money he makes.
But then I asked a question about emotional availability, and you were like something about like that shit don't matter, so like that.
No, I didn't say that. I said that you can ask people on the forefront if they're emotionally available because it's contingent for most people. A lot of people can't say, you can't be like, oh, I'm emotionally available, but then it might be that one situation that you don't want to talk about, but it might have really hurt. But it's like, I'm normally always talking about how I feel, but now it's like it's this one thing where I'm like, I don't want to rock the boat.
Keep this shit to myself.
I don't want to say anything, so I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying?
The finger twiddle. The finger twiddle.
It's like you might not want to do it, but it's some people that are so emotionally unavailable that it doesn't matter what the situation is, they'll never speak about it. But then some people are sort of, in the middle ground where it might be sometimes that they speak about something, but then a lot of other times they're not going to say anything. Then you have some people who are so emotionally available, they'll speak about anything. But it really depends. That's why I say, like, just asking. You can't really ask because somebody could say, yeah, I always speak about how I feel. But then you also have the people who are so toxic that they take the chaos that they bring emotionally as being emotionally transparent. When in reality, you're not really being vulnerable. You're being chaotic.
Yeah. Okay.
Chaos is not... A lot of people regulate their emotions through chaos. So you can't say like,
nigga came on a podcast to preach. Continue.
Praise him. But you can't say like, this nigga did some shit that pissed me off. I'm finna call him and be like, you fuck ass nigga, why the fuck would you do? And be like, yeah, I was expressing my emotions as compared to being like, you did something the other day and that shit really hurt my feelings. Like, I'm just want you to understand where I'm coming from. I wouldn't do that to you, and that shit really hurt when I saw it.
The rich nigga that has the AMG.
That's argumentative. That's argumentative.
What do you mean by that?
Facts. That's argumentative versus communicative.
What are you talking about right now?
And if I'm that emotionally communicative with you, and you choose to be like very dismissive and be like, I don't even know what you're talking about. You trim, boom, boom, boom. I personally, especially when I'm that vulnerable, even if it's just one time, if you're that dismissive of my emotions, I say, you know what? This is not going to be a safe space for me.
Right.
I can see right now that the more emotionally available I become, the more dismissive they're gonna be. So it'd be better if I just bow out.
Right.
Than to continue to constantly try to get this person to understand where I'm coming from about my own feelings, rather than to accept what they are emotionally and be like, we're not compatible.
So the $1 million question for that would be that, all right, you have the discernment of that now. Would you say going forward, have you lowered your expectations of like the salary expectations, or are you just really gonna be patient till, hey King, you're that rich nigga that has X, Y, and Z, and you're loyal, have all that stuff. I'll give you a shot. Are you willing to? Have you compromised your day expectations because of your journey, or what's going on with that?
So let me say this: I've never had a salary expectation.
Okay.
So I've dated niggas that probably made $100K a year, and like I said, I've dated niggas that make $140K a day. I've dated niggas that had $25 million contracts a year. So it's never been like a I've dated all walks of life. So it's like it's never been like he has to make X, Y, Z, or this nigga has to be doing this for me. I've always still, even if they had a lot of money, I've still always been focused on the emotional connection aspect of everything.
That doesn't answer the question, though.
No. So what I'm saying is I've never lowered my expectations as far as a man having money.
Okay.
But if somebody is not emotionally available or are not presenting themselves in a growth mindset to where they're willing to work on their own emotional issues, I'm still very much in tune with my need for that, to the point where I'm like, you know what, this isn't going to work.
So what I'm hearing is you're not taking the 50 to 60K nigga that has a plan, that has everything you want. You rather give your shot to someone that's above 60K. And
I wouldn't say that, but I don't. I can't really say that over the course of the last couple of years, I may have dated somebody that made.
Would you give a quote unquote average nigga a chance nowadays? Knowing everything.
I've dated average niggas before.
Would you give an average nigga a chance nowadays with everything you learned?
With everything I've learned.
If you can't get Nobu and now Nobu is downgraded to.
So let me say this.
Are you okay with that downgrade?
Let me say this.
It's okay. Safe space.
It's like, even then, most men are not emotionally intelligent. Not most, but it's no. It's an unfortunate reality.
No, most is correct way to say it. Yeah. Most niggas aren't emotionally intelligent. That's just the reality.
So they're not. No. So what I'm gonna say is, if I'm dating, would I want somebody that makes $40K a year, that I'm trying to date him and he's not emotionally intelligent, versus somebody that may make $200, $300K a year that may be a little more emotionally intelligent than he is? It's all about compromise. I'm not saying I rule out niggas that make less money. I've dated niggas on, their grind towards the top. And how long has that lasted?
Food stamps?
What's the longest relationship that lasted for a nigga that you dated that was on the grind?
That was trying to figure shit out.
That was emotionally intelligent.
He wasn't emotionally intelligent, a little bit, but it was like off and on for like 4 years. Any
emotionally intelligent nigga that
4 years is a long time.
Long time.
Let's talk
4 years is a long time.
I'm trying to talk about niggas who are emotionally intelligent. We understand you don't like niggas who don't know how to speak their feelings, right? So I'm trying to say, did I date somebody that was emotionally intelligent that didn't have money? Correct. Is what you're saying? No. And why not, Queen?
I've dated men that didn't have a lot of money, but even then, especially for me, okay, right? You got me, my Instagram, boom, 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 boom. So most men have this whole mentality about the type of men that are after me, which may be appropriate. Okay. So, which causes a little bit of insecurity. So if maybe you make $65K a year, cool, okay, before taxes, and then you're dating somebody who may have dated somebody who had like a $30 million a year contract, or you dated somebody who dated somebody.
Name the team. Name the mascot.
Nah, you trying to put niggas on Front Street. Nah.
I've dated somebody that played for the Falcons. I've dated somebody that played for the Kings. I've dated somebody that played for the Nets.
Better not be Marvin Bagley.
No. Good. I've dated somebody that played for the Lakers. I've dated somebody that played for the Pelicans. I've dated.
I appreciate your honesty, bro.
No, I'd rather be honest. Like, it's the truth. That's so I'm not gonna sit here and hide it because I've dated those type of guys. Would I say their names? No. But no one's asking. I've dated them. You know what I'm saying? I'll date it.
So you can't see yourself downgrading from a hooper lifestyle to...
I wouldn't even say that. I
It is
wouldn't
a
mind.
downgrade,
No, because
you had Nobu every day.
Wait. Okay.
To
Wait.
Chris
wait.
once
We're not
every
even-
month.
Okay, so let me
I'm just
ask.
saying the
So
comparison.
at the end of the day, what's more important, the money that they make or how they treat you?
definitely
I
how they
guess-
treat me, but you gotta have money.
You
What's the
gotta at least
ratio?
have money. Okay.
What's the ratio to treatment to money? 50-50 means, okay, you have to have equal power to both.
I would maybe like 50-50.
Okay.
All
Somewhere
right, so
in
the nigga
there.
at least makes as much
Okay.
or a little bit more than you do, or a little bit less, whatever the case may be, but somewhere equal. But he at least treats you like how you
Lost
want to
me
be
a
treated, type shit.
I'm like, I don't know about less. I'm not in that space in my life no more. I don't want a nigga that makes less money to me.
You know your sports?
That's fair.
Yeah, I know my
What's
sport.
your favorite sport?
Basketball.
Like, you used to hoop?
I didn't used to, but I've always
You
watched
give me
basketball.
hooper vibes, okay.
Really? Oh.
As long as you're not those people who are like, oh yeah, good job, 3 points.
She
No.
has
That's good.
no. She
Okay,
has
good.
zero coordination. Don't let her lie to you,
Please don't lie to him like that. Storm, let's not.
Chastity.
Don't piss me off.
Oh, she might be pissed.
Don't piss me off. Don't
Anyway, so when
piss me off. Talking about no coordination. Me?
You play any sports?
we're not talking about that. We're talking about
I did track and trail.
in actual life. We're not talking about
How do I
that.
not have
We're talking about sports.
coordination? Right. How do I not have coordination in sports?
Anyway,
We didn't even play any sports in college. Like, we didn't do anything. So, you definitely wouldn't even know
I've watched
that.
you trip over cobblestones, nigga.
Sober or what?
That has nothing to do with
Coming
my
from an
coordination.
8 a.m. class. What do you mean? Anyway,
We didn't have an 8 a.m. We had a 10 a.m.
what's that?
It was 10 a.m.
Oh, my astrology was 8 a.m.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was definitely 10 a.m. For sure. In that small ass classroom with that one table.
Okay.
It was the one fucking table. It's like
We was all
15
sitting
of
around that
us.
bitch like it was
15
dead ass a
of
round
us.
table in
Do you
fucking
remember?
Peachtree.
I don't remember her name. It was right over there by
Blue?
Anatolia. The
talking about
cafe. Yes.
Yeah, you talk about Blue.
Oh
I don't
my
know what
gosh,
the fuck
she's-
happened to her.
I don't know either.
That ain't my issue. I don't know.
That's neither here nor there.
Anyway, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. You know you ain't shit.
I'm just saying about
You
that.
know you ain't shit.
Okay.
I'm outside.
And AMG right outside.
I'm gonna need you to give me some pointers.
But am I
at the end of the
surprised?
podcast.
No.
For sure.
Anyway, but yeah.
So, with that being said, you know a lot about dating now. You know a lot about emotional intelligence. Is there any advice you can give to these hardworking kings? Because I know, okay, for example, us, we better be rich niggas. Anyone you see in this video is better rich niggas for sure. In Jesus' name, either next year.
Used to be, me personally.
I know where I'm gonna be at.
Me personally, I used to be a rich nigga, and then I fucked my money up, and then we get.
Yeah,
Nah, I can't read up.
Hey,
Ran up in his spot.
Do you know how much
Just to
money
get his
I have
stuff.
blown, nigga?
Yeah,
Oh
money to
my
blow.
god!
Get in
I was dead ass
there.
talking about this with my nigga Sadi when I was in New York. I was like, he was telling me about his shit. I ain't seen him in a minute. We was just talking about shit. I was like, nigga, yo, I blew so much money that I have no idea where it went in 6 months, nigga.
It'd be like that.
Like, dog.
Firmly grasp.
Imagine touching 100K in 6 months and I have no idea where that money went now. Just fucking a couple years
What you was
later.
doing? Tricking off?
Nah, I was tricking off on myself. I don't buy motherfucking shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Jesus.
Wait, girl, give me the damn.
It's nothing.
So, going forward.
Oh, boo.
Yes. What's the advice I would give?
Boo.
So, to the hardworking kings.
This is
For
the advice
example-
I would give to anybody.
No.
No,
Like,
but I'm
like
serious.
everybody.
But
Hold
of course to men, but just it's really just
Okay.
period.
You got
Okay.
it.
You
In general.
have to understand your standards. I understand wanting the person that you want, and everybody gets to a point where they're really trying to make the person that they really want to be with them and be emotionally available. But You have to set the standard for yourself. A lot of women, especially if you lead with money, they're going to follow you leading with money. But they're going to follow 4 or 5 other niggas that's leading with money.
Let's say you
have
money.
to set, you have to set the standard. It might be somebody that you want, but you actually might really need them to be emotionally available.
Okay.
If you're trying to fuck with this person and they're not giving you the emotional connection that you're really looking for, you can actually try to put forth the effort, right? It's possible. It's possible sometimes, but connection is a 2-way street. So it's a back and forth. It's a push and pull. So if you're putting forth the effort of trying to get this person to be emotionally available and they're not reciprocating that, you have to count your losses. You know what I'm saying? Because if you continue to be like, oh, woe is me, I keep trying with this person and I'm not putting forth the effort, or we're not putting forth the effort to see what the actual problem is, you're going to be living a life of misery for the next however long that you continue to pursue this person. Like, you really have to say, this is the standard for me. You have to set the standard for yourself. Even with me, like I said, when I would date niggas with money, boom, 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 if they're not emotionally available, once I see that, once you are dismissive, once you're not, validating my emotions, this, that, and the third, I don't care how much money you have, I'm going to leave. I will leave whoever. I'm a leaver. It doesn't matter who the nigga is. I'm out.
That's respect. Okay.
So you have to get to that place with yourself that you're so trusting of yourself that you will know that you will leave a situation that's not serving you. But you really have to set the standard for yourself. You have to really say, I want to love somebody, pursue somebody that is really showing me the type of affection and love that I feel like I deserve back. You really have to know that you deserve that back, because most men will pursue women who don't do shit for them. Y'all will date for 6 months. This bitch ain't did nothing for you the whole 6 months y'all done dated. You done bought her 4, 5, 6 bags, took her on 6 trips. You done did everything in the whole motherfucking world. This bitch ain't did nothing for you. So you're complaining, woe is me, because she's not reciprocating what you think that you deserve, but you're still pursuing her. At that point, you got to take responsibility at the source and be like, Amen. I've still been doing this for 6 months. When after month 2, she still was not reciprocating what I felt like I deserved back. So you have to really be like, I'm not accepting that. Everybody has to get to a point with themselves that they understand everything that they're worth and what they're accepting. Men deserve love back, period.
Say it one more time.
I know men deserve love back. Period.
Right, thank you. Appreciate that.
But in the society that we live in, most men feel like love is earned, and I don't feel that way. Regardless, I feel like, especially if it's somebody that is willing to care about you, it's gonna be reciprocal. But everybody has to be emotionally available in those reciprocal situations to say what it is that you need when you need it. Most times, especially if you're on the most avoidant end of dating and you feel like, oh, I want space all the time, somebody that makes you work for it and earn it, it feels more comfortable because you never have to really talk about that need for space. You never have to be vulnerable because, it's so much boom, boom, boom. You're chasing so much that you're feeling more anxious than you are avoidant because you're putting in so much effort. If you get to a place, especially when you love yourself, and you want somebody to love you back as much as you love them, you want reciprocal effort. You want reciprocation on all aspects. So you have to set the standard with yourself as a man or a woman, just period, to where you're like, you know what? This is what I'm looking for. Ooh.
Gotta talk to my people.
Where, my bad, y'all. But you just have to get to a point where you're really just like, this is what I'm looking for. So regardless of if you want this person so bad and they're not showing up for you the way that you want them to show up, you could be vulnerable and you can express yourself. And if they don't show up for you that way, then you just did it. Because what else are you supposed to do at that point? Because at that point, you're going to keep trying for as long as you possibly can, and you're still not going to get what it is that you want. Exactly. You're going to build resentment. Vulnerability is not a weakness. I know that's a thing that everybody looks down upon these days, but it's really not. It's a necessity. Okay. If you're not vulnerable enough to say what it is that you need, what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you want, what it is that you don't want, you're going to keep being in situations that you don't really want to be in.
That's a fact. But I will tell you, vulnerability, especially for...
men,
not just men and women that have been, men and women who have grown up, with the same shit that we grew up with, whatever. but a lot of them don't like to take accountability as far as their own mistakes.
And if somebody is not emotionally available enough to take accountability, you know what you do?
No, but no, exactly. But with that being the majority, motherfuckers just don't understand. It's like, okay, I'm solely asking you to communicate with how you feel about me or how you want to be treated or how you want this or if something bothered you, whatever. But they're so insecure in...
Remember when I said other people's emotions are not your responsibility?
Oh yeah, nigga, you talking to the ace boom coon of that sound like a you problem.
If somebody else is not emotionally available enough to say it, what can you do? It's not your responsibility.
If we have been dealing with each other for however long, you already know I'm the type of nigga I like.
It's not my job.
My ex, one of my exes, boom.
It's not my job to decode other people's emotions.
He went out of her apartment, right? Boom. I bought the bitch a space heater. Both.
That's love.
Straight up. Because I was like, all right, because she had a kid. She has a kid. I said had. She has a kid. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, boom. I buy you a space heater. Y'all good. Boom. She had her candle business. I bought her shit to get her shit set up. You know what I'm saying? Up and running. Okay. Because no, if I'm no, I'm not.
Treat daddy.
That ain't me.
I'm a Kaya mama.
You know how expensive a nigga I am, but no, if I'm dealing with you on like a consistent basis, or you know, especially if I'm claiming you, if we dealing consistently, or I'm claiming you, either one or the other, anything that I can do in my power, I'm going to do for you.
Okay.
Whether you ask me or not. Okay, you complain about some shit, I'm doing it. There's not even a question about it. I'm going to fucking do it. Whether or not I build it or buy it, because I'm the hands-on nigga I am. You Bob the Builder, nigga. I'll either build it for you or I'll do it for you. And it's like, all right, cool. If you need it, I got it. Whatever. And there's no case, there's no arguments, there's no nothing. Mm-hmm. It's just straight up, all right, boom. You needed this, I got you. Whether it be emotional, physical, financial, or childal? Childal? That's not a word. I just made that up, though. What? Childal.
You trying to say childlike? A childlike problem?
No, like, you have kids, nigga. Okay. I've dated multiple women with kids.
Ain't that some shit?
Different podcast for a different day. But it's like if it's in my power, I'm going to do it for you type shit. You know what I mean? So it's like even if I know for a fact I'm not the most emotional available type nigga because this is not who I was raised at. You feel me? I deal with my shit, I get over it, I go on about my day.
Okay.
But I'm very open with myself. Like, okay, nigga, hey, you fucked this up. You fucked that up. You needed to get this together. You need to improve on this. I'm very self-critical of myself, but I don't speak about my emotions.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, I'm the only nigga that has to deal with them.
Yeah. You
feel me? So but when it comes to another person, if I'm dealing with you, if it's something that you did, I'm going to talk to you about it. Okay. If it's something that I didn't like, I'm going to talk to you about it. If it's okay, I have to work on, okay, when I get in my moods and I don't want to deal with nobody, that is something that Chastity spoke about that I need to work on.
Yeah.
100%. But I'm never going to drag anybody else into my bullshit because I feel like at the end of the day, my bullshit is my bullshit.
Yeah. And your bullshit
because I'm not going to burden you with my bullshit knowing good and damn well, one, I know how to get out of it. Two, I have the means to get out of it. Three, I just got to work a little bit harder, keep my head down and go on about my day, and I'll be out of it. You feel me? It's like it's like a catch-22.
The only thing, if I can say something real quick, is that it's not you burdening somebody, but it's just enough to respect somebody to be transparent about the fact that you are not able to show up for them at the moment. You know what I'm saying? If there's some level of consistency where y'all are always loving and it's like, oh, I want to see you, boom, 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 and then that changes out of nowhere because you're dealing with something.
Right.
Even if a woman was to do that to you, what's the thoughts that are going through your head at that time? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things that you can think.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a cold nigga when it comes to that, though.
I'm a cold nigga. Imagine somebody you really care about being a cold bitch to you about that.
I am a cold nigga when it comes to that. I'm a cold nigga. if it's past 3 days and I haven't heard from you or talked to you, give me 3 more days and you will be out of my life forever.
So
for me, in my mentality, I write people off.
That's hypocritical.
It is hypocritical as fuck.
But that's my thing. I had to even tell myself I can't be a hypocrite. I can't tell somebody when you do this bothers me, and then I do the same shit to them, and it probably will bother them the same way. But I feel like I'm not responsible for how that makes them feel.
And not expect them to ghost me back.
You can't do that.
Okay, you see. Okay,
that's emotionally irresponsible.
No,
and I
is,
understand. You know, like
it
it's
is,
like you said. You feel like your emotions, your burdens is not somebody else's responsibility. But even just being transparent enough to say, hey, I am emotionally overwhelmed right now. I might not want to talk about it. I don't want to put my problems on you. You don't even have to say that you don't want to put your problems on that person.
Right,
but just being respectful enough to say, I'm emotionally overwhelmed right now, and I just feel like I need a couple days because I'm trying to figure something out for myself.
I wish y'all said that, bro.
That's all you have to say.
But y'all don't
because
saying that.
somebody can understand that as compared
that,
to just saying nothing for days at a time.
No,
tell me
sure.
that you're emotionally
For sure.
overwhelmed, and I can respect it, and then when you come to a space that you feel more emotionally available and you're more present, when you're ready to talk about whatever happened to you, that's a point of connection for you and that person. To really get deeper, to feel like I understand this person because they were dealing with XYZ and they talked to me about it.
That's fair, but
This
for
all
Most
sounds
people,
good.
Wait.
It does, but at the same time, but that's why I said
Let me
when
interrupt
you're
you.
emotionally available,
Can I
especially
interrupt
with
you?
yourself, you
Can I
can.
interrupt you, if
Go ahead.
possible? For me, especially with my experiences, being emotionally available has got me nothing but backlash.
Whoever them people were.
No, and it's
That's
not
the thing.
Discernment,
I've been
though.
emotionally available a few
wait,
times.
Wait.
My bad.
Wait, let me land.
Go ahead.
It's not everybody. For
This is
sure.
your pilot speaking.
It's not everybody. But it's, I know, how can I put it? I know especially some of the people that I put my trust in, eventually when it came to like shit that actually went wrong in my life, and I'm like just trying to like get it off my chest. Because for me, I'll vent about it and then I'll deal with it. You feel me? Like I'll let you know like what's going on. I have no issue with being communicative and stuff like that. Like you'll know what's going on in my life.
Okay.
But I do not expect anybody to help me with my life. You feel me?
Okay.
At the end of the day, I made my choices. I made my decisions. I you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the other. But
yeah,
if it comes to the point, or even if it takes one time for me. If it's one time and I'm like, yo, I just need to get this off my chest, and you're either dismissive, you're like one, 2, or 3, and it's like, okay, you don't really care. I feel like you don't really care about this. From that moment on, I'm never telling you a fucking thing. That's just me, because
Discernment.
for me, it's like both. I'm not doing it.
Discernment.
She's telling you the key though.
No, discernment for sure.
Some people, sometimes though, because I give people passes, sometimes depending on the moment, some people might not have the emotional capacity to be receptive in those moments. So it depends on how receptive they are to the things that you say. They may not be extremely dismissive. They may be to the point where it kind of seems like they're really not knowing how to support you in those moments. You can have discernment enough to say, you know what, I feel like they don't know what to do with my emotions in these moments. Not that they don't care about them. They care, but they just are not aware about what to do.
Exactly.
And then you got sometimes the people are just extremely dismissive. You might tell them you feel X, Y, Z, and they say, "Oh, boom, I don't give a fuck. Why would you do?" That's when you use the discernment to be like, oh, "Okay, you don't have the emotional capacity at all."
For me, it's the same thing. Because I'm a very empathetic nigga. But that's also, hold on, hold on, put your hand down. I'll give you a second. For me, I'm a very empathetic nigga. Like, I know, I understand, because I grew up with, like, how many sisters do I have? 8. I have 8 sisters. I have 5 aunts. I have a grandma. I have 2 grandmas. Like, majority of my family is women. Okay. You dig? But at the same token, there was never anybody I could bring my emotions to. We're Jamaican, nigga. Deal with your shit and go on about your day. Okay. You know what I mean? So it's like, when it comes to shit like emotions, I don't like to speak to women who I'm dealing with shit that's external from them. Whether it be, you know what I'm saying, like the money, the bills, whatever. Like I'll talk to them about it. Like, yo, I'll let you know, hey, this shit is fucking up. Like, you'll be there the 100% of the process. Like, I'll vent to you about it, and then it's like, okay, but you haven't been speaking the same to me, even if I told you, hey, I'm going through shit right now. Then at that point, I'm like, all right, I'm cool, and then I just won't speak to you after that.
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead. I'll tag you in. I'll tag you in before I tag him in.
I feel like if it's
afterwards.
big enough to affect the connection, it's big enough to talk about. Because if it was like a small issue, like, oh, maybe your homeboy pissed you off and it kind of made you mad, and you might need space for a day because the nigga pissed you off. But you could really talk the next day once you get over it.
See, that shit don't bother me, though.
Sometimes
that
some
shit
people
do
are
not
different.
bother me.
Some
I'll
people
be
are
like,
different.
yo, this nigga's bullshit.
Some people are different. So it might be your best friend, the whole entire world pissed you off so bad.
Oh, you know how many
and it
best
done
friends
blew
I had
you.
that owe me money?
It done blew
Shit.
you so bad that you don't want to talk to anybody for a day. Cool. She may not have enough to say. She could be emotionally supportive at the time and could validate your own emotions at the time. So, but to you, it might be a minor issue to where you could not talk to her for 15, maybe 20 hours. This, that, and the third. Cool. Which is not too bad. But then if it's so big of an issue that it affects the connection that you don't talk to them for days at a time, or that you feel so overwhelmed that you will ignore them and not say anything for the next 2-3 days, that's nerve-wracking for most people. So that's why I feel like if it's enough to affect how present you are with somebody over a day, it's worth talking about, or just worth saying that you need space about.
Okay, so even if you had already spoke to them about this problem, like, hey, you had run it down, like, yo, this and the third had pissed me off this day, and I'm like, da. And then it's like, okay, the next 2 days, why aren't you speaking to me this way, that way, this way, the other?
That you need space because it was bothering you?
Yes. I'm like, hey,
if they don't respect your need for space, and
that's why I leave motherfuckers alone.
But that's why I said discernment. If you tell somebody, hey, I'm dealing with XYZ, I need space. I'm gonna need space for at least bare minimum 2 days. If it might go past 2 days, I will tell you that.
Okay, but I'll give you a different opinion, because for women, that's way harder to understand than for men.
It depends on the woman. But if she doesn't if she don't have the emotional intelligence,
name 7 women who have the same amount of emotion. Name 3 women who have the amount of emotional intelligence as you do.
Chaz, CLTheBombshell.
Nigga, you just named yourself. First off,
Lakita.
You just named yourself, nigga.
No,
Chaz.
My name is Chastity.
Who's Chaz?
Her.
I know that.
Anyway. So, like, no, but like...
My name's Chastity.
Go ahead. Tell me. Yeah, go ahead.
As we approach the 2-hour mark, I feel like we can continue this conversation outside the pod, but I just want to summarize what you get. You dropped a lot of gems. Even though we're taking shots, I feel like I heard you a lot. So, kings and queens, what I'm hearing is, you can say true or false, right? Money matters in dating. Mm-hmm. If you have money as a king, you can either be a tool with it, or you can be a king with it. The tool way is not communicating and dismissing someone's feelings. If you really fuck with Charlotte like that, if you say you do. Or you just like tricking idiots of the day. Yeah. So what I'm hearing is, as kings who are hustling, if you want a queen like her, it comes with a price. It's either you get your bag up and you ball out, or you gotta legit change your standards. True or false, right?
Yeah, be emotionally available. And
also discernment. So what I'm hearing is, before we conclude this podcast, so we can just keep chopping up and just, have some real shit. Kings, pray up for real. These women are Jezebels. A lot of them are great. A lot of them are fucking birds. And you gotta know the difference between the two. You say how old are you?
26.
I'm 27. How old are you?
26.
So we have some wisdom in the streets out here.
Hilarious.
I'm serious out here, bro. These bitches be bitches for real, dog.
Nigga.
So as I say, bro,
you preaching to a choir, cuz
if you want to get your bag up, just know that it comes with a price. If you want a queen like this, you gotta be ready for that. Either you treat her like a bird, or you treat her like a queen. But you don't be surprised if you treat her like a bird, they flock away. If you treat her like a queen, she's here to stay. And you say, I'm not a rapper. That's crazy.
Let's give it ice JJ
Great
fish.
callback.
Crazy. That's
great
crazy,
callback.
bro.
Let's
Great
give
callback.
it ice JJ fish.
All right, so since we running,
girl that makes my head
All right. So we can go
Sign
ahead.
Sign us out.
We'll sign out with one last question. We'll have one last question. We'll sign out after that. Okay. So what are y'all most important things when you're looking for in another person?
Ladies first.
Most important thing.
Put that on IG Live.
She's still on. She's been on the entire podcast.
Loyalty, respect, honesty, transparency, emotional availability. Got to have some money. Don't be broke. But
above 60K for her.
Above 60K, her
for you.
Above 60K. But I mean, that's the most important things. Funny, charismatic, intelligent. Like, you really have to be all around
a good
kind
person.
of person. You have to have integrity. You have to have emotional intelligence. You have to be present. You have to be really transparent. You just have to be.
You said transparent twice.
Right. Because emphasis on transparent, because most people will say, "Oh, I'm transparent," and they're actually not. So, but you also have to be ready. If that makes sense. Like, I know sometimes we're like, oh, yeah, I'm ready. And then when it presents itself to you to really move forward in something, people realize, like, oh, I'm actually not ready because I'm not sure how to put the work in on my own end. Everything doesn't need to be, I have to grab her hand and guide you to how to, to know how to do something. Because if that's what you need, then it's always going to be that you need somebody to grab your hand. Sometimes you got to know how to guide yourself down that line of emotional availability. So it's really just the point of knowing your own worth, knowing what you deserve, having your own standards, and really standing by them and just moving forward from that point on.
Boy, that tequila kicking in for you. I feel it. What was the question again?
That's the point.
It's a good question.
You said wisdom about what? Because she lists like 20 things. So once you started listening, I was like,
true.
yo.
What it is that you want?
Just, you know what I'm saying? Just, what do you want?
I'm out of here.
Right. All right, she's shining out. All right, Kings, I'm going to give you some real shit. I dated some bad bitches before, bro. She said a lot of truth, but the key is you got to know yourself. Know yourself at that stage. If you see a bad...
As a human being, mind you, because you motherfuckers think, okay, you see what you want on social media, and okay, boom, it looks good. It's cap.
She can't cook. She can't cook.
No,
She's
wait.
baddest pictures. She looks bad as fuck. You want to like, damn, shawty fine. And you go to her kitchen, she doesn't open ramen noodles. What do you expect, niggas? What do you expect? Everything that's gold is not really gold. So please, like she said 100 times.
Glitters ain't gold.
Whatever that phrase is. Discernment. Know yourself. Like Drake said, bro. Drake's the GOAT, bro.
Know yourself. Your worth, nigga.
Literally. What'd he say?
Know yourself, know your worth.
Exactly. So if you know your worth, if Shawty's not giving you the A1 treatment, doesn't matter what money you got, cut her and go, bro. Sometimes you have to take that isolation phase and not talk to anybody. Yes, you want that bad bitch. Yeah, you want to fuck her. But guess what, nigga? You don't got it like that. What you got to do? Sit your ass on the bench. Earn some racks. And then go out and play again. I promise you. If you just sit on... That's the key. If you know how to sit on the bench and know when it's your turn to come to the court, no pun intended, you'll ball out. That's all I got to say.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just about...
I'm like that.
For me personally, because I can't speak on a woman's perspective because that's not my bag. That's not my cup of tea, whatever the case may be. But it's just, as long as you're honest and open about what you want, who you and who you are, I have no issues. There will never be an issue with me. I'm not the type of nigga that I'm not going to try to make you into something that you're not. I'm not going to try to drag you into a role that you don't want to be in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, for me, I've always been an independent person. You feel me? Like, I make my money, I pay my bills, and I do what I need to do, how I need to do it.
Jamaican.
Exactly. Shit has to get paid because shit is going to go on tomorrow.
We're in inflation. We're in a whole
at
recession.
the end of the day. So it's like...
We're in a whole pandemic.
Through the whole pandemic.
We constantly be outside.
Through, nigga, since I was 5 years old, I've been hustling.
If you want
you
Nobu, you better have Nobu pussy, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
If you say you want an AMG,
share this.
That shit better be AMG worthy, bro. That's all I gotta say.
If you can
y'all
put a caption on it, go for it.
Y'all want a Birkin bag? That shit better be a Birkin squirting, bro. Like, that's simple.
No, I'm not buying.
Simple,
I'm not
bro.
buying a Birkin bag for nobody that cannot. Bathrooms right there. I'm not buying a Birkin bag. What am I doing?
Let's sign off the podcast. Let's sign off the podcast real quick. Sign off.
Hold on. All right.
Sign
Well,
off.
hold on.
So she can pee. Sign off.
Yeah, just go do. Nah, let her use the bathroom. Go ahead. Go this way, that way, whichever way you want to.
We still talking or no?
No, yeah, we good. She'll come back by the time we done.
This is our first inebriated podcast.
No, it is not.
Off of just straight tequila. We never.
Nigga, we've had like 4 like this.
You're gone.
We've had like 4 like this, dog.
Not like this. This is the first time I feel like
the
this.
Drake episode.
That was not like that.
The Zaza episode.
That was not the Zaza though.
It was still drunk. It was still inebriated, as you said.
Okay, my bad. Liquor inebriated. If we're gonna be that specific.
No, this is the hardest. This is the hardest that we've drunk in an episode. But I'm saying
this podcast is brought to you by
ain't nobody.
The Rock,
because they are not paying us. Put that shit back on the counter. They're not paying us. Get your shit together. Until Dwayne The Rock Johnson says, "Hey, promote my shit," I'm not doing it. Anyway,
please give us this promo. Keep going.
But for me, like I said, bro, it's like I'm not.
Damn.
I understand that I'm not the best communicative person, but that's just how I was raised.
Okay.
But I will communicate any major issues that I have. Everything else I can deal with.
Okay.
You feel me? And it's just a matter of, okay, are you that person for me, and can you respect me? You dig? If you can't, if you can't meet those 2 criteria, I don't want nothing to do with you. End of the day, I want nothing to do with you, and I can leave you by yourself the next day, regardless of however long we've been talking about. I will be fine. Mm-hmm. Why? Because 1, I will wake up tomorrow. Okay, thing 1 and thing 2 have to get walked, fed, and watered, nigga. They have to be bathed. Yeah, my dogs. My bad. I'm talking about Simba and Sophia. They have to be taken care of. Cool. Okay. I have to take care of myself. Cool. Okay. I have to take care of my bills. Cool. Okay. Whether there's another person in that or not, that reality still happens. It happens every fucking day.
You unpacked a lot of this podcast. I didn't expect this unpacking, but I appreciate your vulnerability.
I like to talk. You feel me? So it's like, but at the end of the day, like I say, at the end of the day, like shit has to get done. Mm-hmm. That's how I was raised. That's how I was born. That's how I was bred. Yeah. We have to get our shit done, and then afterwards I can deal with the comfort.
Jamaica.
Because I'm not an athlete. For real, I didn't want that. I didn't want that path in life. I didn't want no extra shit. You know, I'm choosing a podcaster route now, whatever. But
Spider-Man.
But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I know I can take care of myself.
Yep.
I can take care of somebody else who's dependent on me, whether it be 1 or 2 people, probably at the max, because I'm not extending myself anything other than that. But I know I've raised a couple girlfriends.
Damn, swear you the Care Bear builder.
I am, nigga. Like when it comes to somebody I'm dealing with, I will give you my all, like 110%.
I ain't never did that.
I don't do that shit no more. That shit stopped a couple years ago because I'm not raising no grown up. I refuse.
But you building one.
I built 6 of them motherfuckers.
God damn.
But I'm not doing that shit.
For the next motherfucker.
Exactly.
You don't even get no fucking royalties. You get no checks from that. You got no residual.
I get royalties when that shit break up and they call me. Like, hey, I missed you. That shit happens every single time.
Damn.
But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, boom.
Boom.
It's like, okay, like, I can do this, that, and the other, or I can make sure my shit is straight and then make sure your shit is straight afterwards. Or we can make sure our shit is straight together, but if you're not willing to do anything for yourself, I can't be willing to put in anything for you.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, that's just how I am. But as a lover boy, because I'm a cold nigga, unless I give a fuck about you. Yeah. Once I start giving a fuck about you, you are my world.
Oh,
112%.
Honesty hour. I feel it.
No, not even honesty hour. 112%. Like, I'll do anything for anybody that I'm dealing with over long term. Yeah. Anything in my power, you have it.
Yeah.
Whether it be money, construction, your car, whatever, nigga, I'll do it for you. 112%. Yeah. But, and that be whether it be friends or relationships.
Okay.
But it's like, yo, if a boundary gets crossed, you never existed. run me my money, and after that, I will never talk to you again.
Okay.
There's hella people that I used to consider my best friends that I don't speak to this day.
You're unpacking.
Nah.
Keep unpacking.
No. I've already spoke about this.
I've already spoke about
this because it's niggas had me fucked up, and at that point, I'm not dealing with you.
It's episode 2.
I don't have to. Huh? Oh, it's time to go. All right. Yeah, so we about to get up out of here. Cause she gotta go in a second. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I'll deal with you if I need to.
Yeah.
But 9 out of 10 times I don't need anybody in my life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But we gonna end it off with a last final question.
Damn.
Okay. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
How do y'all feel about Atlanta's dating pool?
It got pee in it.
It got pee in it? Okay.
It's corrupted.
Okay.
Like Shawty said, a lot of times discernment. If you don't have the discernment, you're gonna be played like a fiddle until you realize either your heart is broken, now you have a blackened heart, or until you realize that, you know what, I love myself more, and I'm gonna actually choose the right thing despite how much my flesh wants. If this bitch is not even trying to talk to me, and I'm that nigga, then you know what? Maybe it's not time for you to realize that, but down the road you will, and that's the much I'm living in.
Okay.
I definitely believe in like the best you ever had, but the guy version, like literally, like, bro, it's only one of me. It's Chiagoziem.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a cold nigga. I turn down relationships every week. Every week I turn down relationships. I'm a cold nigga. My money ain't where it used to be. I used to be balling, nigga. Oof.
You're about to bounce back though.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen soon.
So yeah, like you said, bro.
But
there's
it's just like there's piss in the dating pool. 100%.
You just gotta know when to be in the pool and not to be. If you want to fuck, just be a smart person about wanting to fuck. If you
be honest. No, not even be smart. Yes, be honest.
Be honest. Correct.
Be honest.
If you want to find a wife or a husband, then you just gotta be vulnerable, like she said, and just say, yo, look, I'm actually looking for something real. If you're with that, cool. But if you're not with that, I'm here to enjoy the vibe until the vibe runs out. Bro, we're grown as adults. We're about to be 30 in a couple of years. We don't have time for this charades.
30 is way closer than 20 at this point.
Damn near at this point, right?
It's way closer than 20, bro.
So,
it's like so.
Close it out, man. Close us out.
We gonna close out. All right, bet. So this has been a lovely episode of Okay, so boom. There has been a lot of unpacking, a lot of shit talking.
Hella unpacking, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of just genuine conversations about how we feel about the dating market in general and how people deal with their traumas and this, that, and the other.
I hope you laugh when you edit this podcast. Because you unpacked a lot.
I have to this shit got to be edited in 2 days. So it's going to be done.
Yes, sir.
One way or another, whether I laugh or not. But we appreciate you for coming out, Chaz. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the wisdom.
It's been our lovely guest, Chastity.
Round of applause.
Let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at CLTheBombshell. Also, ladies, if you need your lashes done, you can find me, my lash page, at Bomblink Minx. And also got some lingerie at Elysian Boudoir, ELYSIAN BOUDOUR.
Okay, with the neck roll.
Just saying. So,
money. That's all I heard.
All right, and as always, I have been your host, Storm.
I've been your host, Chiagoziem.
And this has been another episode of Okay, so boom. Let us know what y'all think in the comments. Talk to us. We always read them. And
you're always welcome back, Queen. Just let us know.
Always. Well then, see y'all next week.